All right, welcome back, everyone. It's been 2 weeks. We took Mother's Day off. Um, let's see. A lot happened last week. Um, y'all fought each other, namely, Ilara fought everyone else. She didn't kill anybody, unfortunately. Um, but that was subdued and done. And then, Obi, your character's name, Father Ironcloak Sugar Mommy showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Got everyone out of the magic bubble because she said, "Hey, you know that thing that they're about to do? Yeah, that's gonna bleed over into my realm as well, and I really don't want that. Please go stop them."
Oh, we have cool backgrounds. That's fun.
Um, they got out. They put out the fire that was started to probably kill him, and then they tried to revive Kedron's dad. It didn't work because it turns out his soul's in a cage, as Father Ironcloak's sugar mommy told him. And they need to get that back before they can res him. He does a super cool thing, cast a no decompose, no turn undead, and I get to revive you whenever I want spell on the dead body, which, by the way, excellent quick thinking, excellent spell choice, I must say. Cleric for the win. They then don their gear, take off sprinting through the streets, make it... Lights went out, whatever. Make it to the city square where they know that a sort of town meeting has been called. Everyone imagines that the Pope is about to speak. Instead, Brother Petrovich comes out with the Pope's head on a sword. Not a great time, I guess. Then sees the group running up, shouting and yelling, and goes, "Oh, guess I have to do this fast." But in an Irish accent, because Father Petrovich. Hedrin goes, "I got this, boys. I'm going to teleport up there along with Maja. We're going to stab him in the back. All going to be good." Actually, hold on. Wait. Hold that thought.
Didn't say anything.
Okay. Kedron was thinking. And then Kedron went, "Hold that thought. I'm going to buff up for a turn. That way I can really smack down the damage." Which was the turn Brother Petrovich needed to enact the ritual, which did not open a gate to heaven for him to go kill God and take his place as he thought it would. Instead, it opened a gate to hell. Specifically Baphomet's lair, whichever lair that is, I forget right now. It's not a good. None of them are good ones. Let's be perfectly honest here. None of them are good ones. I'm gonna keep looking to the left because
I mean,
that's
they're
where
only good
everyone's
if you're in
cameras are.
charge of them, which none of us are. So,
to which a whole just sky darkening cloud of demons pours out, flying, and then a bunch of crawlers come out, and then Baphomet himself being like, "I'm gonna retcon it because 30-foot tall, like 30-foot tall is cooler than 20-foot tall, and I want to be big." 30-foot tall Baphomet steps out, along with a bunch of pit fiends. McGear, as they're
The endless
running,
maze.
yes, but I don't remember which specific level that is. A high number somewhere, I think. Anyways. Yeah, but the endless maze. McGear, as things begin to come out, before realizing the true magnitude of this invasion, makes a call to arms to all archers and casters to stand their ground and begin firing. With a very high perception or charisma check of like what, 20?
nat 20.
Am I green?
I think
It
you
was
were
a
a 19.
It was a freaking nat 20.
No, I think you were one under a nat 20. I think you were as high as you could be without nat 20ing.
Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. It was stupid high.
Yeah, stupid high. It equaled out to like a 20 something. Makes that call, and as the well-known heroes of this realm that they are, they listen. Immediately followed by getting absolutely bodied by the tidal wave of evil coming out of this portal because, oh crap, I now realize the magnitude.
Not the first townspeople I've gotten destroyed. It's all good.
Yeah. Meantime, Kedron and Maja start going, "Nope, nope, nope, nope," and backing off of this pedestal because they see the 40-foot tall Baphomet coming out of it.
Man, it went from 20 to 30 to now 40. Dang.
30-foot tall, sorry.
Bro
30.
is
He's gonna keep growing.
massive.
Every time I say his name,
My fish was this big.
listen, every time I say his name, he grows 10 feet. Anytime any of you say his name, he grows 10
All right,
feet.
so Brian is
Rule.
muted for the rest of the
Bad
game.
idea.
So 30-foot tall Baphomet steps out, and civilians, casters, everybody immediately starts getting slaughtered, and that's roughly where we're at right now. So we're gonna go ahead and
20 and 25 feet somewhere. He's huge class, I think. That's what you said.
yeah, I upped him to 30. I said I retconned it and upped him to 30 because 30 is cooler than 20.
I was just checking. That
I'd
the
like to
size
point out, I
reference.
think he takes retcon damage. So he starts off getting hit by a meteorite for like 50 damage.
Say that portals are rough, man.
Yeah.
No, he just hates all of you. It's fine. Turn
Okay,
order. All
I've
right.
already left a scar on my neck, so it's not a big deal.
Oh, that wasn't even his avatar. That was like his kid.
Okay. Well, either way, yeah, totally owned that.
Yeah. So you have a scar of the child of Baphomet on your neck. Thanks
That
for
wasn't even his
reminding
kid. That was
me.
like his, sixth cousin 8 times removed.
No, they're the Buluzau were canonically his progeny.
It is probably relevant.
Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome.
Mm.
I'm sure this will not go horribly in my favor.
Itches
my
a little bit.
throat's burning. Why?
So we're gonna go ahead and start out by just having everybody roll initiative.
What if I don't want to?
Then roll initiative. And oh, come on, really? So my turn order was showing completely empty until people started rolling.
But you told us to roll.
I did because I couldn't see any turns in there, and it's like, yeah, totally empty. Oh, people are rolling now. Never mind, it's not. So we're gonna try that again. We'll put in whatever your original was. Just hit the button to get yourself back in.
I like my new one. It's too higher.
Are we ready for it?
Yes, we are now ready for it. Where was
Change that to
Baphomet's?
12.
Cool.
Why did that not change? There it goes.
Boom.
It changed now.
I have a question for the internet.
What's up?
No, not for you, for the internet.
Whoa!
No, I feel like it's a question for the
Guys.
DM.
Guys, we've got
What's up?
cool. I only made it worse twice, but we have cool things now.
What do we have cool things of?
We now have it set up so if Roll20 wants to be stupid.
Mhm.
Why did that make that?
That's weird.
Huh.
I saw that happen on the stream.
Yeah.
It's back. It's
All right,
back. It's
so
it's back. Don't touch things.
I made stuff wrong 3 times now. So let me figure that out.
Also, guys, I would like to point out I'm DMing on GNT right now, so this is gonna be a fun session.
I'm DMing on DMT. What?
No, GNT, gin and tonic. I spent all day out in the heat, and now I'm drinking gin and tonics. It's gonna be a fun run.
Everything's broken.
Don't worry about it. As long as they can see the map, they don't really need to see our faces. It's
Alright,
fine.
there's
for a week. They'll
initiative.
live without my.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Beautiful
Actually.
massage.
I've gone through almost 150 ounces today.
It's a lot of liquor.
Oh, you
I thought
know.
I was slamming the GNTs. Dang, dude. Kristen,
I mean,
Howdy
he's
doody.
sick, so he had to drink
Ah.
to be here, you know?
is everybody in? I
I'm
am missing Ilara.
I rolled it.
Did I roll?
didn't
I
click
didn't
on the
roll
token.
good.
Yeah, I don't think you clicked your token. So just click your token, roll it, and I'll put your original initiative in. Dude, actually, that looks super dope, and I like the fact that when we do it that way, I get to have my background.
Right, and I
If
I'd
we can
love
figure it
how-
out.
I love how I'm just breaking everything. Why
You know, we'll get it figured out. It's fine. We only have,
what are,
I think,
what are
no
you-
viewers right now. It's fine.
what-
One viewer, and I think it's me.
Well, I'm viewing too, so.
Oh, you might be the other viewer then. Yeah, I don't think it counts you. So
Oh, I see what I didn't break anything. So does that do the same if I
Oh,
keep
it
doing
popped
stuff?
up as McGear.
So,
Did you
Baphomet's
click
at the
on-
top.
Yeah, I
did you
clicked
click on
my
your
token.
token?
Yeah.
That's weird. No, you're in there, Ilara. You just didn't change the name. It's fine. That's fine.
All right. There we go. I changed it.
All right. Descending order. Baphomet is not at the top. Oh wait, I need to put other demons in there. Hold on.
No.
He's just gonna be for all the other demons. I'm not going based off of anything else. Cool. So up at the top, Maja. Do we have a Maja?
Yep.
Hey, Maja, there you are. You're up, brochacho.
Alright, I'm going to roll out right here and start mincing these demons.
No, we're
Oh.
running away.
This is
Oh.
definitely a. This is a.
This is not a
Okay,
fight.
so
these big guys could
yeah, so
one-shot
let
any
me
of
give a
us.
little context here. While the Bulazars, you could definitely one-shot. Those pit fiends, very large. Those are like 20-foot tall whips and giant flaming swords.
Mm.
Baphomet's 30-foot tall, and there are hordes. This isn't all of them. There are hordes, and every second there are more demons of varying power pouring out of this black line that is an interdimensional rift.
Jason.
I'm
So
pretty
it's like
sure
For
last week Bryant said something about blacking out the sky.
Yeah,
So-
it's literally clouds of demons flying out of this to the point where they almost black out the sky.
for
So with what
context, one
I'm
of those
thinking,
four
like,
dudes,
Army from Avengers.
one of those four dudes one shot the Coatl that was in my Pokeball.
So with what I'm hearing is
We're running
kill
away.
him.
I mean, if you want to kill him, I mean, you will be doing it without backup.
Do you have another backup character ready?
Actually,
All of you should have
yes.
backup characters ready at this point.
I do.
No, stop
No, I
killing yourself.
I got like 5.
Cool.
Anyway,
what
what
you
are you
doing?
doing?
High stress situation. We're rocking and rolling, brochacho.
So we're
Actually.
running away, I guess. Where's the nearest exit?
Road will be over here at the four sides. So like you'll have a road over there. There's a road over there. There's a road over there. There's a road down there. Right there. Out of this. This is a city square, so you have roads going off in those 4 directions, and then roads and alleyways from there into the city.
but it looks like the only place that we won't be running through people is this way, where we just cleared a path going in.
Double move
Pretty
out.
much. Nope, Mach is gone. All right, with that, Baphomet. I need someone. So there's a lot of people here. A lot of people. A lot of chaos, screams, terror, agony. People literally being ripped apart and eaten. Viscera spattering across everything. I need someone to roll me a D100 to see how much of the attention that you gain from the demons. Higher is worse.
I mean, sub 50 is good.
Sub 50 is fantastic. That means that less than 50% of these things even notice you. You are one in the crowd right now. Cool. So Baphomet does not notice you. You need an 80% to make Baphomet notice you.
Monologue. Monologue.
He reaches down, grabs a Bulazao that jumps through the air in his hand, bites its head off, and then chucks it into the crowd with enough force to spatter everything in its path, like turn it to mist that it hits in this direction as you see it just shoot through the crowd, bodying civilians, ripping them into pink mist. And he says, soon the 13th. Actually, who speaks Abyssal? Again?
Abyssal, I speak Abyssal.
Cool. Yeah, you're the only one who understands this. Soon the 13th chain shall break. The time has come. And that's what he's doing for his turn. He still has his sword in his hand and has continued to grow larger, the one that he plucked out of the earth that was used in this ritual. I'm gonna turn on my master music volume there a little bit because I can't hear myself think. And that's what he's doing for his turn. I believe the Dema Boys are up next. It is the Dema Boys. Bulazao. Bulazawan. 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 They're the only 3 who notice you. Everyone else is moving off and eating civilians.
Nom nom.
Anyways, good enough. There you go. They go into the crowd and they're eating people. This one. Open that for me. I'm gonna only get 1 attack per. Ooh. Cool.
Who'd you just not? Did you not 20 me because I have the lowest HP?
No. I need all of you except for Maja to make a con save for me.
Hey, we're within range of Alara.
You are indeed.
On save.
Yes.
Oh, that was not a save. Sorry.
Just add your save mod to it.
Oh.
So that's plus. Is it +6 now from you?
What?
Yeah.
It's your charisma modifier, whatever that is.
Yeah, +5, +1 from the ability, so +6.
You get +1 from the ability at this level?
I thought I did.
I don't think so.
Where is it?
I think it's just your charisma mod.
Can you look at it from here? I can't find it on this thing.
All right, well, that
Yeah,
puts
I'm
me and
close.
McGear at 22 and 24.
Yeah, that's fine.
Kedron at 17 and Alara at 11.
Traits.
That's your aura of protection.
18. 18, not 17.
Yeah.
Well, if it's 4, it's
Um,
18.
Aura of protection, 6th level, 10 feet of you. You can make a saving throw. The creature gains a bonus equal to your charisma modifier with a minimum of +1. So if your charisma is +0, they get a +1, is what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, so +5.
5 then.
Or occurred. Anything with
That's a fear thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
people can't be frightened. That's
Yeah.
not alright.
Yeah, that's not this. Okay, so anyone who got lower than a total of 13, which so far
Is
looks
Alara.
like maybe Alara. Yeah, just Alara. You take 3 points of necrotic damage. Oh man, that's just because they smell so bad. It's literally called rotting presence. They just smell horrible.
Wait,
Uh,
wait, who all?
Just you.
Wait.
You
I
take
just.
damage?
You. Just you. You're the only one who failed. It was a DC 13.
You take 3
Okay.
damage.
Hey, can I ask something? Last week, when I grabbed the sword, you just told me I took damage. You didn't tell me what type. Was it radiant or necrotic?
It was necrotic.
Oh, then I should have only taken half that damage.
Okay, cool. Put half that damage back. I told you it was necrotic when I said it.
No,
You must
just
not have heard
said
it.
damage. I just heard damage.
Oh, here we go.
All right, and then they're going to swing them barbed tails. McGear, you get a little flashback there to a time where you had one of these sailing at your face and it struck deadly. All right, first one is to Alara because that's what I'm rolling with. 17 to hit. I think that misses, correct?
Correct.
Kedron. 13.
13 to hit
Yeah, that misses.
off the shield. Nothing.
Yep. And then finally, Iron Cloak. Yeah, you're the one he was targeting. So I'm like, wait, who did he go up to? Iron Cloak. Gotcha. I cannot remember your name for some reason tonight, my dude. That is a total of 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, you take 5 piercing damage as it manages to slip past your armor and a barb kind of digs into you, probably like in your side a little bit.
I'm gonna
Cool,
thunderously
make a-
rebuke him.
Awesome. Also make a DC 13 con save for me.
Are we supposed to be able to see?
Wait.
you rolling? Are you supposed to be rolling in the open?
Not really, but whatever.
You are rolling in the open.
Are you going
Cool.
to thunderously rebuke him and draw attention with loud noises to us?
That's not how it works. Like unless
That's
they can-
exactly how
they-
it works.
That's thunder.
Yeah, that's thunder damage, my dude. That's loud.
Thunder.
You're
Lightning.
literally doing damage with extra loud noises.
Right, but we're
Also-
literally in a arena filled with dudes who are throwing magic at these guys who are like.
And
Oh,
screaming.
there's lots of noise
Also-
going on.
Also,
Sure.
it's lightning
point.
damage. It can be lightning or thunder. So I'll just use
Mhm.
lightning damage, so it's less noticeable.
Are you immune
I-
to poisons and disease as a
No,
cleric?
I have. I don't think so,
I think that's a dwarf thing.
but I have.
No, so
advantage
they're
against
resistant to
poison.
poisons. Yeah. I thought clerics
I
got.
don't. They do at some level. I don't think I have it yet.
Paladins get resistant, become immune to diseases. I know.
Hold on. Go ahead and roll that for me.
Oh, wait,
what's the
wait.
save
No,
on
no,
this
no.
part?
No, I think I do have. I think I am resistant to diseases. I don't think it's because I'm a cleric.
Oh, the other one.
I think it's the other one.
I mean, everybody knows at this point.
Nobody knows nothing. They just know my friend.
You literally told them.
I told them nothing. But you told them
Okay,
long
whatever.
before that when you let it slip like ages ago. Either way,
Everyone forgot, apparently.
I mean,
It's-
I knew about it in the back of my brain, but I didn't really.
Jacob, shut up.
What? Sorry, what was the question?
Lara's charisma modifier is
Okay.
5, not 1.
I said 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So that is a save on the Bulazow's part of some variety.
yes,
What type of save?
it
I
is a
thought that I
dexterity
had a
save.
+1. It was.
Hey.
It has to be it.
It is
Dexterity 3. Does a 19 succeed?
a 19 does succeed.
So half damage.
Unfortunately, yes, it is still taking half damage.
Cool. How much damage?
It's going to take 4.
Lightning arcs across with a small. However, it barely seems to phase this Bulazow. It does not have the effect you're hoping for. Does some, not much. That's their turn. So that brings it to Kedron.
All right. Bonus action, disengage, use movement and dash to get the heck out of Dodge. Getting off the map, I imagine, but
Fair. Yeah, probably. We're just gonna say you're off in the street somewhere.
you know, actually, I'm going to use my movement to run part of the way, and then hold my action to continue running once these guys get moving.
Mhm.
So, kind of hold my
McGear.
action for 'em.
Oh, the choices and stuff I have at my disposal currently. I wish I could cast this on other people, though, because that would be really convenient.
I'll be right back.
So I am going to use the Fey Touch version of Misty Step,
Nice.
so it doesn't burn a spell slot. I'm going to teleport 30 feet away, so this year 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Move action, and I will be gonzo.
Brian, I'm not immune to disease or poison through anything.
Okay.
I just have
Give me
advantage.
a Okay, give me a con save against disease.
And then that 21 is plus 5, so
Yeah, you're
26.
fine. You are fine. Yeah, you realize as it hits you, those spines real dirty, caked with like old blood and guts and probably feces. It's yucky,
Suboptimal.
right? Migir, anything else on your turn?
That's action, move action. Yeah, I'm done.
Ilara.
I'm at this point, 30, 60. I'm 90 feet from where I was originally.
Sweet, you're all down the road.
I will dash and join.
Sweet. One of them gets an attack of opportunity.
That is fine.
It's a 14 to hit.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, Bulazows are pretty low level. You fought this as a boss, but at like 3rd level.
Yeah.
So you've got 40 movement, so you're 80 movement down the road. You're gone as well.
Yep. Iron Cloak.
And this is
You stay. You go.
this is we're running the direction we came in from, right?
Correct, at the moment.
The opposite direction of the big scary.
All right. I'm going to bonus action cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Nice.
And then I'm going to run away and take an attack of opportunity.
Yep. It's a 15 to hit.
It doesn't hit.
Yeah.
And then
And you're off that way.
I'm
And they're off
gonna
that
use
way,
my.
so I am.
I'm gonna run another 30 feet with my
Yeah.
actual
Then
action.
Yeah.
I'm going to enact my held action to also keep running.
Yeah. As you guys exit the plaza, we're gonna go ahead and end initiative and take a more story-based approach to this running frantically through the city. Behind you, you hear again Baphomet's growling voice. Again, Miguel, you're the only one who understands. Go. Feed. And as you glance back over your shoulder, you see first one, then another, then another, then another, and continuing to pour out of this opening, the pit fiends take off on wing out through the city, joining their flying brethren as more and more crawlers, everything from Lemur all the way up to pit fiends and everything in between with lots you've never seen. Man, I'm a poet and didn't know it. Crawling, flying, slithering out of this hole in reality. As we begin your mad dash through a city that is beginning to burn, as everyone and everything is being hunted and slaughtered and eaten in the streets. You are now running down this main avenue that you came up. Are you staying on the main avenue as more and more demons pour forth, dive bombing the civilians running away? Are you splitting off? What are we doing?
Which
Break
There
line
are alleys.
cover. Break line of sight.
There are numerous alleys. There are shops and buildings, specifically.
Yeah. Obviously, put the most distance between us and them, but at the same time, need to use like awnings or alleys to like keep sight minimal from them.
As a group, what are we doing?
That's what.
Magir is moving towards an alley opening? Question
Yeah.
mark?
Yes.
Okay.
Marcus, I'm assuming there's some like overhanging like.
Yeah, like there's awnings, there's alleys, you have your main thoroughfares. That's why I'm asking. I need specifics of where you're going so I can
I
narrate this.
passed on to the group. We should avoid the main thoroughfares and make sure to break line of sight as much as possible.
Oh, please do so in character. I need the roleplay for this.
They've got flyers. And they're fast. We need to keep line of sight broken. I suggest the alleys and the awnings. We need to keep as much distance between us and them as possible. Stay off the main roads. There's also going to be civilians blocking our paths anyways.
So I'm assuming there, like, not everybody was in the town square, right? Like, there's tons of civilians on the.
Yes. Yes. Quite a good number of them were in the town square, and all the ones who have survived are flooding out into the streets at this point. Everyone is running and screaming. There's terror and agony and pain and all the nasty nonsense that you don't like. Bulazows are jumping 30 feet at a time. You have, imps and everything dive bombing out of the sky. You have demon dogs chasing people down the streets.
And we
It's
know,
basically Castlevania, the first episode.
Yeah.
growing up here, we
So-
know a
But
pretty
worse.
good idea of
Right.
like how to move through the city through alleyways and stuff, right?
Actually, I think only Kedron grew up in the main capital city.
What I would like to do is, because of our slower individuals,
Mhm.
I can probably do half speed and still keep up if we're all staying grouped together. So with that, my newest ability, I will help keep an eye out and keep an eye out to help us avoid getting detected.
Okay, so half speed is what, 15 a turn?
15 a turn, but I can do 3 movements because movement, action, bonus action.
Our slowest person is Obi, and he had Expeditious Retreat cast on him.
No, our
Yeah, right
slowest
now, y'all
person
are
is
bumping
Magir.
Which then begs the question: are you allowed to cast haste on yourself?
Yeah.
There's my solution to that problem.
Cool, go ahead and burn that spell slot.
But if we slow down a little bit, just a touch, and you don't burn that, I can do an advantage perception to try to spot.
So the ability reads if you move no more than half your movement in a turn, correct?
Yeah.
That means you can only move 15 feet total per turn and have that effect apply.
Yeah, no, screw that nonsense. We're getting out of here.
You can do that. The rest of us are running faster.
Because that's your movement, right? And that's how it reads.
How?
Because if I cast haste on myself, it doubles my movement
No,
speed.
it reads if you move no more than half your speed.
Which is
Movement
30.
speed. No. movement and speed are not the same thing.
What does the speed stat on your sheet read?
I have movement. I don't have speed on my stat. On the stat list.
Okay,
is
so
speed
we'll look it up. We'll look it up after this one. For now, this is how I'm ruling it because it's a weird read. We'll look it up afterwards, and we'll go from there in the future. Okay, but for now, that's how I'm gonna rule this one. So what are y'all doing? Demons are closing in.
I'm going to burn that spell slot, and I can now move 120 feet per turn for the next
Y'all are flat booking straight down an alley, right?
minute at least.
Yeah.
So 4 rounds. Yeah, I can leave most of you guys behind.
120 by 10. You can move 1,200 feet in that minute.
That's
I
not
can
what I want.
disappear.
Go away.
Do you disappear?
Nope. I am unfamiliar with the
That's
city.
not what I want.
I am following the group as best I can.
That makes Maja the slowest one of our group.
It
Even
does.
if I can't get bonuses on my perceptions, I'm still
Yeah.
gonna try to keep an eye out for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Perception check. Go for it.
All of us or just him?
As I cast my spell, I'm also going to let the group know that given the direction that we're going, would this be in the direction as far as getting out of town, going towards my uncle's?
Your uncle's in a whole other city. Well, no, his home base is. He's in town somewhere.
Yes.
Usually probably staying at the library. He probably has rooms there.
Yes.
You could
So
circle that way.
question would technically remain the same, whether the library or that
You can-
other town would be in the direction that we're heading. Currently.
With Kedron's knowledge of the city, having grown up there, you could try to circle through using the alleyways to the library.
Okay. With my character's knowledge of having studied at the library and stuff, is it A, defensible, or B, should be get away further?
I mean, those deep vaults are probably pretty dang defensible.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
the reason I ask this is that me as a player and me as a character have 2 different knowledge levels in this case, which means I need
There are some very, very heavy protective enchantments on those vaults as you start going down levels to keep people out that aren't supposed to be in, or entities.
I will say though,
Very heavy.
wouldn't the main libraries and stuff be near, I don't know, the central area of the city where everything just blew up?
not
Yeah,
on
it's
most-
not too far away. Terribly. I mean, a handful of city blocks.
That's pretty close. Oh, a handful of city blocks for what was just coming out.
I mean, your
Personally-
family's room isn't that much better.
Also, I'm just going to point out that we just saw some dude use a sword to cut a hole in reality. I highly doubt. We also saw, like, some of the most powerful people on, like, just die. So maybe hiding in a church vault isn't the best idea.
I feel like you could just probably cut through.
I feel like we shouldn't do that.
Cord.
One way or another,
Oh boy.
So we're
Good
running.
back.
They have
I-
a teleport circle and the lower layers that is not bound.
no
by the
teleporting
restrictions of
in or
Vatican.
out
We can
of Vatican
teleport
City.
to another library, which we already have the coordinates for.
Give me an intelligence check. That is a solid question. Which context clues have been laid for in the past? Let's see if you picked up on them. Yes,
Intelligence.
baby.
You said intelligence check.
What happened to there's no teleportation? There's a teleportation.
Hello,
wall
other
around
number
Vatican
2
City.
viewer. Who are you? And welcome to our stream. Stuff and things. 13 tickles in the back of your mind. But
thought you had a 19.
all right,
Freeze for you guys.
Brian,
Yeah.
Yeah, he froze.
Oh, we're on this.
what a loser. All right. Well,
Guys,
I
I'm so tired. He asked, "Hey, did it freeze for you guys too?" And I said, "Yeah, it froze for me too. We're on the same."
At least you guys are on the same page.
all right. Well, I'm gonna keep this going while he figures out whatever's going on there. So I will meet you guys in the area we portaled into outside Vatica before we came in the last time. The The portal circle.
What about your mom?
I'm telling you guys,
Baby.
I will meet you there. That is a portal circle, and I assume Magir can figure out some way to use it.
Oh, absolutely. That's easy.
All right. Then I am going back to Kedron's house to free my mom.
All right, sorry about that. My toddler.
I
Okay, so say that again, Obi.
All right. So, I was talking while you were gone to keep things going. I let them know
Cool.
I will meet them at the portal circle that we teleported into from the Mad Hatter's house outside Vatica that we then like paraded in from. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm aware.
Because
I
I
was talking
assume Magir can figure out a way to do that. Then I am leaving the party and I'm going back to Kedron's house to save my mom.
All right, I'm back in roll 20 and everything. All right. So as you guys are talking, right, lots of stuff going on. Things are happening as you're running and talking. As you are coming up to an intersection with a more major road, you see people running across, and a pack of demons lay into them and start ripping and eating. They have not noticed you yet. You can split to the left. There's nowhere to go to the right, or you can continue straight into this pack.
Yeah, split left. Just keep diverting.
What? We don't want to kill him? Save the civvies?
Yeah, it won't matter. We need time, and we don't have time in combat.
As you are running, McGear, you get a message in your brain.
Oh, sending's great.
Not so much of words, but city coordinates? An intersection. It's from your uncle. It gives you the name of two streets. We'll say Pope Pius III and Judas Street.
oh, that's
you might
a
not know
good
where that
sign.
is.
I feel like I
Kendrick.
would probably know where
I
that's
literally
at.
just pulled that in my butt.
Kedron, where's the intersection of Pope Pius and Judas?
Ugh, Judas.
Lead, go.
Yeah, Judas is where a lot of the drinking establishments are that you're only allowed 2 drinks at. In fact, it's the only place they're allowed to build. There's a little bit of context there.
I just got a message from my uncle, and all it is coordinates.
Where is that in my brain space?
A little ways away from you, another couple of blocks, but you feel like you could navigate there.
Generally toward or
within
generally
probably-
away from the central.
Away.
Okay, I can lead us in that general direction. If it is, if it's away, I'll start heading, looping us around that way then.
Obi,
Mhm.
you, my friend, talking about going and saving your mother. I would like to point out that the last time you were here, a handful of months ago, and you found her there, you during that discussion with Kedron's now dead dad, he did say that that was a temporary housing solution only for the next week or so while they cleaned up some mold and stuff that had been in their usual holding facility.
And
Did
they
he-
never told us where their
did-
normal holding facility
Nope.
was.
Looks like you need to revive that dude.
Kedron. I
Looks
out of
like
out
I'm not the
of
only
character.
one losing parents today.
Out of character, I just want you to know if my mom dies because your dad's dead, I'm gonna kill your dad once I revive him.
Are you gonna revive him again after that? You know what? Don't tell me. I want to see
For,
this
for
play out in real
500
life.
pieces of gold,
Um,
so worth it. Fine. I guess I'm going with
Absolutely.
everybody else.
Listen, man, that was laid out in the actual discussion. All right.
2 years ago in game.
You mean in person?
In real life, whatever.
Yeah, you're right. It was like it wasn't 2 years, like a
Yeah,
year.
practically 2 years ago.
Anyways, no, not when they found his mom.
It's been a
minute,
while,
yeah.
okay?
It's been a while. Anyways, continuing on.
Do I need to make any rolls for guiding us to this location? Or
Somebody roll me a D100.
Can I?
No,
Whoever wants to. I
Go
don't
for it.
care.
Yeah, I will.
don't
Hey,
let
he
him
did.
do it.
He did
No.
well by us on his the last D100.
There we go.
Hey, it's getting smaller.
20. That is pretty
Giggity.
good. You are able to avoid most of the attention going through Kedron. You're able to run through some of the smaller back alleys, and as you can't help but realizing who's actually saving your bacon right now. The only reason you know these sketchy back alleys is because of Laura. He's the one who would get you into trouble, and you guys would have to run through the back alleys to get away. He's the one who made you sneak out and go to these places, specifically the places on Judas Street.
Did you just
Laura
refer
is
to Lara
saving you
as
right
a
now.
he?
I said she.
No, you said he.
Maybe you
Ah,
cut
whatever.
out, but you definitely
She,
said
sorry.
he.
Not
Okay, it might have been a
Turn-
cutout.
he called Laura
Kedron.
a he. My mom's getting rid of her now.
Yeah, whatever. She. As you begin running through the streets, and every time you glance a main thoroughfare, and sometimes in alleys, you see shadows reach out and grab people and pull them in the darkest alleys. You see animalistic creatures tearing people apart, people being snatched off of the ground and lifted into the air. You see people being thrown out of windows and pulled into doorways. It is chaos, pandemonium, and slaughter in the street. They are following Baphomet's orders. They are feeding. Anyone who has a religion above 12 will know that Baphomet is the demon prince of animalistic desire, those who desire to behave like animals, to feed, to give into their base desires. His minions are living up to that. Running and turning, altering your course as you're almost intercepted by demons, but you're able to stay under the cover of the awnings. And
You said a religion score of above 12, dude. My insight was stupid high, and it's only 12.
I have the highest possible strength in the game, and I only have a +9.
religion is a skill that you can have proficiency and skill points in. It should be above 12.
I have proficiency, and I have a 5.
Right? I have a stupidly high score.
I'm thinking
in-
of the wrong system. I'm
You
in
are.
Starfinder in my
Yeah,
head right
your
now.
brain
Sorry.
is in Starfinder zone.
I-
Right?
I think
Wow.
you meant a
My
religion
religion.
above
I'm the-
2.
Religion expert of the group.
Okay, so anyone who has a religion score above, let's see, what's your proficiency mod right now? Because everyone should have some proficiency in religion. I gave that to you.
4.
So anyone with a total religion of 6 or higher, you only have to have a +2 in religion, or in that.
Cool.
Whatever.
So I have
That's-
with proficiency, I have 12 total for my religion.
Wait.
Yeah. See, how?
So
Why?
literally,
I have
Magir.
8.
Magir's the only
an
one.
And then
Intelligence.
proficient.
Religion's and intelligence. He's
Oh
a
yeah,
wizard.
I forgot about that. Okay, so 6 and above.
So
yeah,
Magir's the
Baphomet
only one.
is- Are you really the only one with a 6 or above?
I have a 7 in religion.
There you go. You know it too. There you go. You know the nature of Baphomet. He's the animal king. Anyways, and he likes mazes. As you're running through the streets, running through them streets. Anyway, you are getting close to that intersection, coming up behind it in a back alley, and as you do, you're running forward, and a cellar door on your left flies open. A
Is it-
cellar door on your left immediately flew open right next to you.
Oh,
Is
I
this
thought
the,
you froze. I was like, wait, he stopped
Isn't it
talking.
the coordinates?
You're pretty close.
Sword up, shield up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look in the cellar. If it's a demon, he's dying. Because I'm a whole.
You sword
cast
up,
murderer.
shield up, hands ready to cast, and as you peek in, Kedron, or not Kedron, Magir, your uncle's head pops out. Quick, in!
Go in. Anyone
As
else
I'm
want to
said-
follow?
Yeah, I'm still quiet. I'm still.
Guys,
I'll follow.
So we follow.
Hurry, hurry, come. Come in. As you all follow in, he slams it closed, puts a bar across, finishes a few markings on the door. They glow brightly, and before fading back into the wood, he goes, "Oh, that should hide us for a little bit." You made it. Hi. So by now you know that most of the keepers are involved in that.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what their goal was.
And by that I mean all of the keepers.
Is your
Excuse me?
uncle a
Swords back
keeper?
up.
His uncle's a keeper.
So does that mean you?
We have a little bit of things to discuss. Please, this way. He ushers you deeper into the cellar. Do you follow?
Yes.
But sir,
Um,
you're a keeper.
Did
Can
you not
I-
hear me? As soon as he said
I
all
will
the
be
keepers,
forever
my
a
said
keeper.
sword went back up.
Oh, there you go. So sword's up like at his throat.
Yeah, as soon as he said actually all the
Right, you're
keepers,
back again.
sword came right back up.
Yeah. That's the response I expected. Not really by choice. There was a counter conspiracy. kind of ahead of that.
Insight, baby.
Oh, insight check, please.
Can we all insight check him?
Oh, absolutely.
Dear Jesus.
He loves you.
So
I have a crunch bar in my rolling box. Nice. Snack for later, my dudes.
That is a
Wow.
nat one, and I'm going to re-roll.
Wow.
Kedron, don't
Two
roll.
nat ones in a row.
All right, I'll take the second one.
That's, yeah. Kedron, go ahead. Everybody who wants to roll has rolled?
that is beautiful. That's a natural
I
one
will
into
roll
a nat
for
20.
Josh.
Yeah, if he wants it, he gets it. You know, he'll have it, and if not, then not. Whatever.
Where's the mouse?
You check under your sink?
Ha, very funny.
I know, right? I'm hilarious.
So you check up the clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's
Iron Cloak, Alara. Very hard to read. Or no, sorry, Alara, your natural 20 was the second one. I apologize.
She got higher than me.
Yeah, Iron Cloak, super hard to read. This guy's giving nothing away. You have no idea if he's telling the truth or not. Ilara, 100% honesty. He's terrified with having this blade pointed at his throat. He is a researcher, not a fighter.
okay.
Edrin, you pick up the same vibe. Maja, yep,
I don't know people.
a little hard to read. McGear kind of gets the feeling that he's pretty on the level.
What I missed?
It's from at
Oh,
the
we all
throat
died.
to still vaguely pointed in his direction, but slightly lowered.
Let me
Um,
explain. Let me explain, please. This way. I
I'm not
have
sure what
much
you're
to tell you and show you.
Not eat.
Is he lying
Go ahead and
or?
account for see.
Oh wait, that's in character. Go ahead. Sorry.
We think he's probably telling the truth.
All right.
Cool.
I'm still going to keep like an eye out for like murder and stuff going, like, you know, traps and stuff, because I
Yeah.
always have detect magic active, and obviously I know like the
Nice.
runes on the thing, but
He leads you over to what looks like a wine rack placed up against the back wall of the cellar, and there's magic all over this wine rack. And some pretty specific patterns. And one bottle in particular is glowing very brightly.
I'm gonna
He reaches
stand
out and
away
he
from
touches
it.
that bottle. Everyone just sees Father Ironcloak just shift to the side as he reaches out to touch that bottle. And as he does, he holds his hand there for a second and mutters an arcane word of power. The bottle glows a little bit, and the entire rack shifts to the left, and you see a hole behind it leading into a tunnel. He's like, not far, just this way, and walks inside. The hole glows, Iron Cloak, to your magic senses. The whole hole glows, like all the way down it, to whatever room he's leading you to.
All right, so
Hey, what's the protection class again of magic? I forget.
Abjuration.
Yeah, abjuration. If that's the one that's all defensive and stuff, it's primarily abjuration magic.
all right, so I'm gonna get up real close to Kedron, or to McGear's on goal.
Mhm.
And like within arm's reach. And if
Mhm.
this boy so much as tries to do something shady, I'm going to mess his day up. So like I don't
You're, like right on his butt.
I don't want to like hold like I kind of want to hold a spell, but I don't want to like waste a spell slot. Like if
Yeah,
anything shady
Like
happens,
your hands are up. There's a faint glow of magic. The threat is there. Is
bro,
what you're saying.
bro is getting a 4th level inflict wounds, like straight into the back of him. If
Like you see black ichor start to drip from Obi's hands and it into vapor
Who?
before it touches the ground. Sorry, Father Ironcloak's hands, as it drips off and evaporates into vapor before it touches the ground. He is very ready to cast some very nasty necrotic magic right now. And his uncle looks back and goes, "No need for that. I promise you, please." Just
hey, if it's
a
all up
moment
and
to
on the up and up, we're fine. But with what's going on today, I trust you as far as
That's
I can
fair.
throw you, and that's not very far.
Actually,
Actually,
Let's figure out
that's a
what's
lie.
going on.
That's a
We'll
lie.
try and
I
do it
could.
right here.
That's a lie. I can throw him very, very far.
Yes, that's a belt of giant storm giant strength, correct?
Yeah.
You can throw me quite far, probably through this solid stone wall. So I'm
So,
not trying to mess
sorry,
with you.
sorry.
Please.
My analogies
way.
suck. I don't trust you.
Fair. As far as McGear could throw me,
Sure.
Magically or non-magically?
non-magically.
Not far.
Yeah, I know. I raised you.
Anyways,
This way, and he leads
here's
you.
also a good time to remind you that this my relic
Mhm.
gives me devil sight, so I can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, up to 100
Yeah, there's
feet.
there's no like there's lights down here. It's not dark. It's just Obi is seeing the tunnel glow very brightly with magic. But there's just lights as well that are up, so it's not dark down here. It's a little kind of like dim in the tunnel itself, but you can see a well lit room on the other end. You go through this short tunnel, abjuration magic all the way down it. You come out to the other side, and you see odd runes in that magic that you don't recognize, Obi. Yeah, you wouldn't recognize them. You get down to the other end of that magic tunnel, and you step into this room, and it is a nice basement room. Not super well finished. It's mostly dirt walls with a wooden slat ceiling. That you imagine is the floor of whatever is above you. Dirt floors, dirt walls. There is a chalkboard, several chalkboards, a desk with strewn with stuff, papers and quills and inks and all sorts of things. A few odds and ends around. He goes, "Welcome to my office, second office. Head of the anti-conspiracy office. It's not important. Please have a seat." And there are a few chairs scattered around and stools and stuff that you all can sit on.
I'm gonna whisper to Kedrin to watch him, and then I'm sneak back by McGear, wherever he's at. McGear, do you have a spare scrap of paper and a pencil?
Yes, why?
I assume I can see the runes with detect magic, right?
Correct, you can.
Can I draw? I assume I could draw out a rough.
Yeah, you can do a rough
All right,
sketch.
I'm
of
gonna
some of
rough
the runes.
sketch some and hand them to McGear and see if he knows what they are.
They're infernal. Infernal magic runes.
Whatever these are, they're worked into the magic in the walls.
I can see that.
As he kind of walks around and everything, he glances over at the runes that you sketched. He's like, "Oh, yes. Don't worry. Specifically there for a purpose. Utilizing those in that way, shields us from the senses of the infernal. It's part of a warding. I've worked on it for a long time. Please don't touch it. I really don't want it to break and then us all get eaten. That would be bad."
I think that you may have left out the abyssal.
Or sorry, abyssal. My bad. Sorry, that was all supposed to be abyssal. I keep getting those two mixed up.
Are you
like
okay
Bryant
tonight?
does.
Is Bryant okay tonight?
I am exhausted, my dude. This is day number 2 out of 3 that I'm pulling 12+ hour days.
Aren't those the
It's a fun
best?
ride. No.
Okay, so they're abyssal.
Yeah, sorry, abyssal.
Abyssal. Okay.
Yes, and he's saying it's warding specifically against
Oh, it's
abyssal
okay.
entities.
Does that check
Yes.
out with McGear? What he
It does
knows?
because I can read that.
Yeah, they're abyssal runes for sure. And that was abjuration magic in there, which is protection type magic. So I mean, you can make an Arcana check if you want to see if you want to, but you've also already insight checked him and seen that.
Well,
you
no.
think he's
So
telling the truth, it's up to
I'm
you.
specifically trying to find out if McGear thinks that's how that would work if it was put into.
Between knowing my uncle, knowing the language, and knowing magic, yes. There's no
Okay.
reason to doubt the situation.
All right.
Alara does not take a seat.
That's fine. Yeah,
I said
whoever
knowing
wants
my
to.
uncle, I need you to explain as quickly as possible because we're going to be on a short leash real quick.
Yes, we'll be fine here. Up there is not a lot we can do about that right now. I have a plan though. Okay, so this all starts a couple of decades ago. Where to begin? Really longer than that. The keepers have been being slowly infiltrated by the cultists of Baphomet for decades, maybe longer. As one rises through the ranks, one gets inducted or disappeared. As time goes on and the infiltration becomes stronger and stronger, the rank which one is either inducted or disappears decreases exponentially over these last 2 decades or so. That's how we knew that they were moving towards their final end goal. No one ever had a full picture except for those at the top. We were able to extrapolate, to take context clues and analyze and to figure out an idea of what they were going for. It wasn't until you brought the first couple pieces back, actually, that we figured out what we thought the plan was. And then we couldn't really do anything to stop it. Because we'd be killed, because we're all technically inducted into the cult of Baphomet. But not counter-conspiracy. Let me start there. Hi. I run the counter-conspiracy now, after our last leader was disappeared, because they caught him. We are a group of keepers who do not want this to happen, and now we want to reverse that track. Your uncle is very stressed. Like, you remember when you saw him have the heart attack?
Yep.
He's about to have another one, you think? He's about to pop a blood vessel.
So I just kind of like gently like reach forward and like grasp his shoulders. Uncle.
Wait. He
I-
can't be frightened. He's in my presence.
He can't be frightened, he can be stressed.
Hmm.
Uncle, I need you to take a deep breath
You're right.
and
Okay.
just start working your way through one thing at a time.
Assandra's involvement.
One thing at a time.
Okay, quick DM note, because I don't have my notebook with me right now. It's in the car because I forgot to grab it. Asandra is your mom?
My mother, yes.
Sweet, we'll get there.
No, Kedron himself just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
in
I'm
character.
assuming that. I was making sure.
Yeah.
High Priestess? High Priestess. Sorry.
And the hand of Vecna and Laura?
Laura's like her right-hand girl, understudy for High Priestess, a priestess, not the High Priestess, kind of her right-hand girl, very much in charge. Those two are like number 1 and number 2 lieutenants for Baphomet himself. Now they played Brother Petrovich. Brother Petrovich completely drank his own Kool-Aid. Did your uncle have a British accent? I'm sorry. He completely drank his own Kool-Aid. He completely believed that he was going to open a gateway to heaven, kill God, and become God himself. This is something that the keepers told him he could do, provided him with all of the magical calculations, slightly altered, to show that it could be done. He was a pawn the whole way through. So, that being said, you know how you went to the academy late? McGear?
Yeah. I got held back.
Correct, and I never explained why. I knew that shortly after you graduated, and I knew you would graduate, I taught you, obviously, you would be inducted. I did everything in my power to keep you from enrolling. You were held back because of me. I'm sorry. I did it because I loved you.
My
and
fascination for demons probably put me on their list early then.
Yes. Yes, it did. They were very happy about that. I was terrified. You remember how I kept burning your journals that you kept making notes in about demonology, and I forbade you from learning Infernal, which didn't work.
I mean, I didn't learn Infernal. I learned Abyssal instead.
Abyssal, I swear, I'm going to have an aneurysm. Abyssal.
Was that
And all
you
of
or
your-
him talking about the aneurysm?
Me. Yes, that was
Why not
yes.
both?
And then your friends kept encouraging you to do it anyway, and giving you reading material that was already they were plants. That was a war for your mind and soul from the beginning that I lost.
That explains so much. And yet,
Yes.
here I am, kind of at a loss, because
Indeed.
despite my fascination, one, had lots of opportunity to document all this stuff, and I'm going to be drawing so much of this in my free time later, assuming we survive.
Imagine you will.
I also have scars from the very things we just blitzed away from.
Mm, that might be bad later. Be extra careful. Guard your mind. Sometimes they leave nasty surprises in their stings. Uh, and the fun part is I don't even know how to test for it. Those tomes are very vague and might not even be true. Just be cautious.
Would
Anyways,
curse work on that? Or
maybe
because
if
I've
it's
already
a
used
curse,
remove curse on myself multiple times.
if it's a
I won't
curse,
became a zombie.
I'm not sure it's a curse. It's very vague and like only very like loosely written about. But anyways, conspiracy. We should get back to that. Yes, I'm sorry, Kedron, dear boy. Your mother's a high priestess of Baphomet. They worked with the keepers to devise a ritual that would open the gates to the abyss. Lots of gates. It will spread across the world, and we're not sure how fast. It could get to the other side of the continent within 5 hours or 5 months. I don't know.
So you're saying that our plane of existence is melding with the abyssal plane?
No, just lots of portals opening,
Because that's
and they're gonna pour through and then like eat everything.
wouldn't Eve combat that though?
Getting there. I have an idea. Yes, we have. That is primarily what the counter conspiracy has been working on.
Real quick,
Baphomet is. Sorry. Yes.
if
follow
I
on, go.
may interject something, how bad would it be if it not only affected this reality, but like other planes of existence?
Demons are an insatiable lot. No matter how much they eat, they will always wish to consume more. That's what they do. They eat, they reproduce, they continue. They eat, they reproduce. It grows exponentially. They will not stop at our plane of existence.
Right, but
From what we've been able to devise from our model of the cosmos, is that hell acted as sort of a plug, right? It was the only gateway at the time through to the material plane. The material plane is sort of a hub. You can think of all the other planes as spokes out from that hub. If you can access the material plane, it is exponentially easier to access all of the other planes, except for the higher planes. Higher planes are weird.
uh-huh. Would it make it
So
harder?
once they
Sorry.
Outside of the, in-game, a devil gave a contract to the high priestess of a demon, in which those two were diametrically opposed forces.
there were probably some middlemen involved, but that's a pretty easy intelligence check.
Well,
There were probably middlemen.
It's just
Also,
good
contracts get lost.
business.
Sometimes, yes.
In reference to Crowley, it's just good business.
Sometimes, yes. Which we haven't got to that part yet. Don't worry about it. Anyways, Iron Cloak. Sorry. It's other planes of existence. We don't believe that this will directly affect other planes of existence. However, entities as powerful as this, no longer trapped in the abyss. Again, hell could have activated its plug. It would be exponentially easier for them to, after consuming everything on this plane, move out into the other planes and begin consuming those.
Right, but suppose there's a way for us to stop this, right? Which I assume there is.
Yes.
Which is why we're having this
Hopefully.
conversation. If, like, per
Hopefully.
se, for some random reason, there was like just straight up a portal to another plane of existence, would that make it harder?
to get to that plane of existence.
No, like would it make it harder to stop these guys if they can just travel between planes of existence, or does that not matter?
Yes. No, that would make it much harder. I mean, harder, easier. They would flow into that plane of existence sooner because rather than being preoccupied with eating everything here and then opening portals, they would go, "Oh look, I can walk through and eat more things," and then walk through and eat more things.
But like we could still close the portals, and then we just have to kill everybody. Like they wouldn't be able to open more portals while they're in there, would they?
In the other plane of existence, I mean,
Mhm.
I'm not sure, not easily. Again, like if we're
Okay.
able to close these portals, cosmologically, hell generally acts as a plug. They circumvented that with this with a lot of magic and forethought and some very powerful magics. But generally, yes. If these portals are closed down, it would be much harder for more entities from the
Cool.
abyss to enter our reality. Yes.
Awesome.
In fact, if you look at these calculations here, right here, so this variable here shows, and he just starts going into some like high-level magic theory for a second,
McGear pulls out a notebook, starts scribbling.
and no one else understands a word he's saying right now.
McGear's just nodding.
Alara
Taking notes.
glazes over, maybe takes a nap with her eyes open.
How long do you let him keep going? Is my question, because he's not stopping.
After getting a general gist, which should take all of about 20 seconds.
Your general gist is he is diving deep into the theory, and your friends are glazing over after about 2 or 3 minutes.
As
Cool,
he's
like I
going,
said,
I'm just
20
going to
seconds.
look at. Oh,
Back on topic. This is fascinating, but we have more urgent things to deal with.
Kedron, what were you saying?
what's your thoughts on fighting fire with fire?
No.
What's the other fire?
This is a lose condition for the devils. No matter what, they've been circumvented. Their war is over. They're losing. If this happens, the backlines get hit. And we know somebody in their side that accidentally played a part, and we can leverage it.
He just drops his chalk to the ground. Oh. Well, if nothing else, we could get the armies going. That could stave off, create combat and conflict. It could help with the survival rates. But
Just
nothing's
double
gonna
checking.
stop
I have the
them
bag of holding,
until-
correct?
Last
Yeah.
time we checked, I had it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
last time we checked, Kedron has it. Yeah.
Okay, Kedron, I need the bag of holding.
Drop it as an.
Hold on. Let me get through my points before we start making any other plans. Let me tell you what's already in motion. So, the basic idea that I'm trying to get across in this, sorry, I got into the theory again. I'm a teacher. Is that to open this portal and now empowering Baphomet because he's wielding it as we knew he would, was a weapon of good, the sword of Joshua, a very holy relic that they reforged in a very dark and profane ways. Lots of gallons of blood of the innocent, etc., etc. Don't need to get into it. We think that the best way to combat him, to give you the oomph and sputzner that you will need, is to do the opposite. You will need to defeat him with weapons originally intended for great evil reforged into holiness, which we have a ritual for, and it only takes 55 gallons of holy water per run. Per weapon, done
How-
correctly.
How evil?
So, anybody heard of Orcus?
I don't think so.
Give me a religion check. Everybody give me a religion check.
Probably not. Maybe I've heard the name, but that's about it.
Heard the name Kedron, Maja, heard the name Iron Cloak and McGear. Yes, give me a minute. And then I need a Laura.
Oh, religion.
Yes, please.
Do. Sorry. I got off the app. Religion.
Cool. Everyone except for where did I put it? Except for Kedron and the other person who was kind of low, Maja. Everybody else, like those two have heard the name, kind of recognize it, not real familiar. The rest of you, this is another demon prince, a prince of the abyss, Orcus, the lord of the undead. Just as bad, if
Demon
not worse, than
lords,
Baphomet.
devil.
Wait, so we have to
princes.
kill something like that. So then.
No. Hopefully not. Ooh, he might be going for that. I hope not. Move quickly. Um, his wand, which is more like a mace made out of the spine and skull of a humanoid, I have been able to locate in a museum across the continent. A weapon of that much evilness you really shouldn't touch with your bare skin. It will turn you evil and maybe kill you.
Like the Hand of Vecna.
Maybe worse. The Hand of Vecna is its own thing. It's not even related to the Abyss. That's wild. Why do you keep talking about the Hand of Vecna?
It's
right,
on
you
Lord.
found it.
Laura has it.
Oh. I mean, on one hand, Laura can't get any more evil, so that's good.
And she only
On
has
the
one hand.
other hand, the other hand. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Although it is funny, the right hand of the High Priestess has the left hand of Vecna. Anyways, I'm getting distracted by my own fear here because I swear I'm gonna have a heart attack. Um,
I already gave
so
you that. You're not allowed to have another.
yes. Anyways, I've prepared a list with more direction on some than others of where it's at. Some we've been able to locate. The Wand of Orcus, I actually have a rock from the city it's in that will allow me to teleport you all there. Well, I'm not going to teleport you. You're going to have to teleport yourselves with an item I've prepared, but you're going to have to get to the Great Seal of the intersection. 2 days travel outside of town. Because
What
that
about
is...
the lower levels of the library? Would there be anything there?
So you know how I said that pretty much all of the keepers were corrupted?
We're not getting
Yeah.
into the library, are we?
The
That
lower
library is
levels
the
of the
Temple of
library
Baphomet,
is
isn't
the
it?
Temple of Baphomet, yes.
So we
It's a temple
build
of...
a dirty bomb.
I'm sorry, what's a bomb and why is it dirty? Did you wash it first? I feel like it'd work better if it's clean. Anyways, getting distracted. You'll need to escape to the Great Seal on the intersection. You all know the one I'm talking about, correct? You remember from one of your exits out of town, like there is the
Yeah.
where the two like highways of the kingdom intersect. They have a massive temple set up. Because Baphomet did exactly what we expected Baphomet to do, and he has begun to change this place into his realm. He is claiming this place, and so far he's laid claim to the city, and it will begin to spread very shortly. He desecrated the entire city in about 2 seconds flat.
Okay. What about Kedron's idea of fighting fire with fire and involving the Infernals?
I mean, I can't say I'm a huge fan of inviting more infernals into our realm, but again, it has some merit to consider. It does, after all, provide a distraction, if nothing else, to warring armies rather than an army slaughtering a civilian population that can't really stop them. It might have some merit if you have a contact.
We're going to a crossroads anyways.
A very, very blessed crossroads. Probably not the best place to contact a devil.
What?
It'll put him at his weakest when he comes through.
Uncle,
Yes.
the magic you set up is for Abyssal. I'm assuming it would not keep out Infernal, as in a devil for a devil deal?
No, but generally the protections on Vatica itself will keep most of those out to begin with.
But I assume
This
if
is set up because we knew that the invasion was coming.
but I assume if
And they-
like Vatica just got like
Desanctified.
yeah desanctified,
Correct.
then
However, it's now the domain of a Abyssal Prince, and as Master Kedron pointed out, they don't really get along. They kind of hate each other.
But your runes
Probably still.
keep Abyssal out, right? So in theory, this room is not part of his realm. It would just be.
Oh no, it's part of his realm. It's just hidden. I hope it's hidden. Theoretically, it's hidden.
Okay, so off topic.
Listen, I never summoned a demon lord to test it. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Theoretically, it's sound.
All right. Well, on that note, Kedron, I like your idea. It's an awful one, but I like it.
He says he likes it. That means it's automatically a
I
really bad idea.
don't think we should do it. Whatever McGear's uncle's name is, Bob.
I will say that
Frank, whatever it is.
doing it later is probably a better idea.
What's the chance that we win? Currently.
Currently, at your current equipment and power levels, slim to none, and I haven't seen slim in a long time.
What's the chance if we summon a bunch of demons onto the plane of existence that we're going to win? Does it go up or down?
You mean devils?
Devils, whatever.
Devils.
I mean, the forces will be distracted by not just feeding, but actually fighting for their lives. So better.
But then we'd have to then banish the devils.
Then we'd have a bunch of devils on our plane of existence. Correct.
I vote no.
I vote
There's a
no.
downside. Yes.
I like the idea of having 3 armies to distract them from eating us.
I would like to point out we almost died today because we compromised and, made a deal with a certain someone we shouldn't have. And all of this that's currently going on.
But anyways, lots of civilians dying, and we should be moving along because we need to. It's gonna take you a while to find these, guaranteed. Because I don't know where all of them specifically are. I have general vicinities and rumors. I know where one's at.
Are
I
you
can give
staying
you
here?
the lit. Oh, I'm not going with you. I'm sorry, I can't. I have a lot to do here. Primarily, I'm going to be organizing because we've been setting up for this, and I am the leader of the counter conspiracy. Survival bunkers, much like this one, but larger. We will be gathering all of the civilians that we can, coordinating that, resistance movements, whatever we can, aid. I have a lot of responsibility here. I cannot accompany you.
And
I
so
have to stay.
and so these weapons have to be the ones that you gave us, right? It can't be like anything that was created for evil. It has to be specifically these ones.
Extreme evil. If you come across other things, fantastic. The more infernal, the better. Abyssal, the better. But not necessary. I have a few religious artifacts in there. If you look at item 37, which again we have a rough idea of where this one's at, it is a spearhead that was used to pierce the side of Hezekiah. Super cursed.
So just like
Cursed?
just like a weapon. that
Yeah,
was
because
created...
I mean, it still killed Hezekiah. So like the weapon itself, little
Brian,
cursed.
I gotta. What was the name of that order of monks we found up in the mountains that had a super evil something sealed up?
Those guys. I forget. I don't have my
Hold
notebook in
up.
front of me, like I said.
Give me a second. And it has to be weapons. Can it just be artifacts?
It would help, but forging into a weapon, if you take the artifact and forge into a weapon, would probably be
What about
best.
like a
You need something
book?
you can-
Well, the reason I was asking the
You
name
forge
is
into
because
a
I
weapon.
was going to ask him if he knew anything about that. Their
Oh yeah,
culture
no,
and
you
whatnot.
you can ask him that. And he goes, "No, I've never heard of them. Why?"
They apparently had something of great evil sealed, and they've dedicated their whole existence to guarding. Might have been a weapon, I don't know.
Make a roll real quick. Oh. Okay, it's a natural 20. I don't know of that order, but there are. Again, this is snippets of already. Oh, not me. Of already what we believe to be mythology texts from pre-collapse talking about that region. Something about a world-consuming entity. We never believed it, but
So maybe not a weapon then.
maybe not. Again, it could be completely unrelated. But that region of the world specifically, we don't know exactly where. Very old, very incomplete texts speak of it. The world devourer, a world eater. The full name was never spelled. At least it was ruined in all of the texts we got. But world devourer, world eater, world consumer, something of that language.
Would
Doesn't
that
sound like
Know
a
what
weapon
we're
to me. So.
bored with?
would that at all like sound like, I don't know, the Tarask thing we heard about from the dragon dude? That's like supposed to eat the world or whatever.
I was gonna say.
Was that what that sounds like?
Anyone actually, because you've all heard the dragon talk. Give me an intelligence check to compare the mythoses.
Kedron did not hear the dragon
Mythoses?
talk.
Well, if it's comparing
Edrin, you
mythos,
don't get it, because you were scared and ran like a little scared boy.
correct.
What are
No,
While
we?
you make those
wouldn't
rolls,
that,
I'll
if
be
you're
right
comparing
back.
mythos, would that be history though instead of just straight intelligence?
Well, because it's two. You're really recalling and comparing two stories that were recently told to you, so it's more of a test of your memory at this point.
But I'm not good at
Because like it's
intelligence.
not. Did you hear these myths? It's no. You've heard them. You're recalling them specifically and comparing them.
I love when my character is less intelligent than I am. Because I remember this.
Yeah, I also remember this.
It has been longer for both of us than it has
Also,
with characters
random
in
question:
games.
If I'm
17
going, hold on.
intelligence,
on.
Alara.
If I'm going to use inspiration, can I wait till after you tell me whether or not I pass?
Mm-mm. After the roll, but before I narrate.
Won't matter because they're gonna like somebody should figure it out one way or another, right? Yeah, never
It's
mind.
bad that my character doesn't.
I mean, Alara
Yeah,
hit a
higher
20,
score,
so
'cause
that was on.
I remembered this.
17, so that's. not-
Ilara with a +0. You're fascinated by dragons and their words, apparently. Now the dragon did mention a creature that could consume whole cities, but it never said anything about a world devourer. It would consume whole cities, destroy lots of stuff. The connotations are slightly different. Big angry beastie that will eat a city full of people versus a world devouring entity.
I go back to my notebook because I probably have this wrote down somewhere.
I pass along the information.
I looked
Yeah,
up
with a
after.
9, you don't get to it before Ilara starts talking.
Yeah,
Ilara,
like
please.
she says it, I can flip through.
Yeah, Ilara, please. I need roleplay, alright? Roleplay for
See, the thing is, I have a terrible memory, and it's hard for me to repeat everything you just said. But
We'll figure it out. Just try. I love it. Practice.
wait, are we all on
No.
roll 20?
Yeah, we're on roll 20, but it's broken. The system for
It might be back, but we're already in Discord and it's working, so let's just keep it there.
Okay. So you're saying basically it won't eat an entire world, it'll just eat everything in it.
So it was like the connotations of like a very large angry beast that could eat an entire city full of people, but big angry beast destroy lots of stuff versus world devouring entity. A
Okay.
creature that the connotation is it will eat the world.
So there is something in existence that would eat an entire world, or the thing we're talking about is not that thing?
Dragon talk about consume city. Thing locked up talk about consume world.
Yes.
I didn't understand what you said.
Dragon was talking about something that would like eat a city's worth of people at a time, destroy lots of stuff, be a huge cataclysm. The thing you're talking about locked up in the mountain, the connotation is it will consume the world.
Okay. So
Is this the thing that damaged the weave? originally?
Well, that was an
No,
experiment.
that was
Yeah.
I thought the thing that damaged the weave was the Tarask. In the
Oh.
No, it's what they did to fight the Tarask.
yeah, and when it died, it created the Feywild.
No, it
No.
affected the Feywild.
Overlapped the Feywild with
The resonance from the thing that they used to kill the Tarask damaged the weave to an extent that it rippled out and affected the other realities.
All right. Well,
Because humans
I
be
have in my
strong.
notes here that it created it, so maybe I was wrong. But
Yeah, you wrote that down wrong for sure.
I don't know. I'll just go back and watch the video, and then once you're wrong,
Yeah,
I'll just.
that's fine.
No,
So
no. So I remember what the dragon said. So the
Yes.
dragon was talking about a creature that would eat like cities and peoples and everything, not like an entire world. That's the thing that's up in the mountains.
Okay, so we just don't go to the
Different then.
mountains.
Hope that Baphomet doesn't go to the mountains, because that's just outside of the borders of Attica.
What was
Well, I'm not telling him, are you guys?
Well, in theory, if he wants to create the world as like his own, he wouldn't want to let the thing out that can destroy the world. So I feel like that's something he's not going to touch. Maybe it is, but we lose one way or another if it gets out, and we can't stop him from getting there. So
as he hands you this list to look it over, there are several things on it. You have the Wand of Oricus. You have a set of nails said to have nailed Hezekiah to the cross, as well as the spear that pierced his side. You have the rock that Cain used to kill Abel. And the list continues down several of them. The one that they know exactly where it's at is in a museum across the continent. I need to pull up my map. To tell you the country, because now I'm forgetting.
Wait a second. How do they know where it's at and not gone and stole it yet?
Probably because it's in a royal museum all the way across the continent.
That didn't stop them from sending us to do stupid stuff.
Fair. Very fair, but they haven't got it yet. You know why? Because DM says so.
Logic.
I'm looking at the map. What kingdom we looking at here?
I gotta pull up the map here. Hold on, I gotta find it. D&D, where's my
What was it?
D&D?
Jules, sect. What was it?
Yes.
What was your brother's sect?
Alright.
Byzantines?
Yeah, I think it's the
Don't remember.
Byzantines.
That sounds right.
The
I
Byzantine
am.
Guard?
So it's to the north of the place that you've been before. It is in the Burlestabian Empire. Up here.
What do we know about said empire?
Give me a history check.
I mean, there's the word stabby in the name, so
I think that will qualify.
History?
This is like thinking back to history and geography lessons, right? Father Ironcloak would win.
Good gravy, my dude.
All right, monarchy for sure. Large country, very non-aggressive. Like they haven't had anything but defensive wars as long as anyone can remember. The theory is that every time a new ruler takes the throne, he takes the name of the previous ruler. So the name that he goes by is related to his seat, not to him. As he takes the seat, and no one, the princes and everything are kept behind closed doors, away from the public eye. The idea is that it creates a illusion of one continuous, never-ending ruler. By all records of everyone who's come out of there and what little trading experience the Vatican has had with that kingdom, very friendly. As long as you don't mess with them, they're not going to mess with you. Just pretty gregarious, you know, lots of great farmland, nothing major as far as industry goes. With a natural 20, you finally remember what's been tickling the back of your mind. Something's been driving you crazy ever since you met the tortoise person with the cannons coming out of his back. Explosive powder. It's rumored that they have figured out some sort of explosive powder.
So we're going to fantasy China.
Royal family series separated from the people, closed gates, zero
Yeah.
interaction, and
Like,
gun.
not the emperor. The emperor himself will like interact and stuff, but the idea is that he adopts the name of the emperorship. So it's like, oh, now I am the emperor. Now I am the emperor.
Do
but
they
that's
have a big
name he
wall?
adopted, the emperor. No, you guys have the big wall.
With a 25, do I know, which I know that was history check or whatever, have we done anything to upset these people at this point in like our
You
long...
have never been there.
Awesome. Like anything that could carried over and like upset them in some way?
Not as far as you know.
Sweet.
Not that you can think of. You literally have not been to that country or interacted with anyone from that country, as far as you know.
We should go there. I'm super down to go there.
So real quick, so that I make sure that I have proper context. We are hunting down relics to turn into weapons.
Correct. Or
Why?
as I said, the center of this ritual that has opened these gates and is currently empowering Baphomet as he is wielding this sword was a ritual that took a very holy relic, Dawnbreaker, and reforged it in darkness using infernal methods, a lot of blood of innocent virgins, and all of that. It doesn't matter. That is the thing that is allowing this to happen, and currently Baphomet is its
Focal point.
tunnel? Culverance?
Conduit.
Conduit. Yes, that's the word. Thank you. Like I said, I'm about to have an aneurysm. Conduit. So to destroy Baphomet should weaken sword to a point that you could break it. However, a bit of an issue with that. Very powerful. Also a conduit for this high level was good turned evil magic. According to our calculations, this huge whiteboard full of calculations, double-sided. If we are able to do the same thing but in reverse, we should kill him with those. We should be able to counteract it. Hopefully.
I can agree. Touching the sword of Joshua does hurt. I'm gonna raise my like blackened hand.
Oh, it's like spider web of veins of blackness spreading all the way up your arm. Like, it doesn't seem to be spreading. It's just when you grabbed it up your blood vessels, and they're still kind of blackened at this point.
Yeah, we haven't taken time to heal.
Yeah. Oh, that looks nasty. I don't think it'll spread, though. I think you're fine. Not a cleric, though. Maybe have your cleric look at it. Anyways, that's all theory. Again, we never really summoned an Abyssal Lord to test it. That seemed
So-
very impractical.
We need to go back out in the world
Yes.
to go find more relics
Yes.
to come back,
Yes.
fight our way through the abyssal hordes
Uh-huh.
to get to a abyssal prince,
Correct.
slay an abyssal prince,
Uh-huh.
and close the gates to the abyss.
In a day's work, yes.
You also missed the part where we
And
then
how
have to
do we
slay
know
like
you're
all
not
the
still
hordes.
Keepers trying to get more power.
Sorry, what was that last bit, darling?
How do we know that you're not just part of the keepers trying to get even more power?
That's a solid point. I didn't... Oh. I didn't think about that part. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with people. Good with books.
How have they not caught you?
I don't talk about this stuff with them, and I lay very low. In case you didn't notice, I haven't advanced as far as I should have for how long I've been a keeper. Which is true.
Yeah.
I've been pretending to be a bit daft. Just a bit, not too much. Also, and this is completely meta. How many wizards do you know with high charisma stats? Everyone has low charisma stats.
I mean, I have a 16 in charisma, so.
Okay, you're an oddball.
Sandwiches, my guy.
Yeah.
They make lots of friends.
Rhythm
So-
of ism.
friends,
That's what
okay.
Mikir does. He did tourism with the tism. That's right. Mostly because it's a guild full of other wizards who are all a little crazy and weird.
I mean, it doesn't help that they're cultists. They're always like off the rocker.
Fair. And also, I have friends that help me and keep me in the back a little bit sometimes. It's great. Anyways, so that's the plan. If you escape the city, you can teleport out.
You
And I
got a plan
really-
for us to getting through the city? Because we hold up here, allowing us to not be ahead of the forces.
Now.
Who's up
That's-
for waking the thing in the mountains and then
That's a bad idea.
I'm not finished. And hightailing it out of this world and just setting up camp somewhere else.
Where would we set up camp?
I've been to the Fae. I don't
Another
want to go back.
plane.
Yeah, the other
Yeah,
plane would be
yeah.
the Fae, and I don't want to go back there.
Has
Ex-
it been to the ice, the plane of ice?
That sucked.
The plane of ice
There's
is
a
also
dragon
very
that's upset with
uninhabitable.
us. All right, so let me point out.
Just
Every
a
plane of
thing.
existence we've been to, we've either pissed people off or someone from that plane of existence literally showed up today and told us, hey, this is a problem because it's going to affect where I live. So I don't think hiding out in the Feywild is going to be a valid answer to the problem.
Would be terribly convenient.
Now,
Yeah, the
The-
plane of ice isn't hospitable. The Fae are literally telling us to deal with this.
I used all of my possible luck ever in the plane of ice the one time I went in there. I will never go back.
How's my uncle handling this information, by the way?
He's just staring at you. There's a lot going on today. The fact that you went to the plane of ice, no, up on his list right now. He's got a lot going on.
So,
Oh, yeah, wild.
In the face.
what if we by chance...
I'm not surprised.
What if we by chance could figure out a way to go back in time? Could we stop this before it starts?
No.
What if we didn't get them one of the
Yeah,
sword,
we
pieces
could.
of the sword of
Just
Joshua?
Don't give them the pieces of the sword.
Give me a second. I'm gonna go roll here to see what he knows. It's a 9 on the die, so not a ton. He was. I don't know.
The sword is the focal
Listen,
point.
time
right?
travel isn't like a thing that I know how to do.
It's a thing we know how to do. I don't know if we know
It's
how
a
to do.
thing
We
that
did it.
happened to us, not a thing that we know how to do.
We only ended up about a month and a half behind where we were.
No, we
originally
we
left.
went back in time 6 months.
Was it 6 months?
Yeah, it was only like
Yes.
6 months.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so 6 months.
How do you think we found all the sword pieces so fast?
Sorry, you what?
Yes. So if we
We've done some things, Uncle. Anyways,
do
how are you getting us out of the city alive?
Tunnels. Roll back to the part
Yes.
where you just casually time traveled back by 6 months, please.
I'm trying
It
to
wasn't
explain it.
casually. It was by accident, and it wasn't unintentionally. We didn't find
No,
out.
I want to hear the dwarf. The dwarf.
So first off,
I need to hear the dwarf's
we
explanation.
clearly stated that McGear studied that circle in the tree, like very well, and he took notes
What
on
tree?
it. In
What
the
tree?
tree in outside of King
Around.
outside of King Kruger.
Oh, yes, the big tree with the spikies that you mean
Yes.
not spiky. Yes, that one. Oh, I
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
that one.
there
more
was a
spiky.
teleportation. There was a teleportation circle in there, and we knew it was kind of off, but we used it anyways,
Uh-huh.
and we went back in time 6 months and ended up in the Feywild.
I thought it was we ended up in the Feywild because the teleport was messed up, and Oberon sent us back in time.
Oberon sent you back through and might have accidentally sent you back in time at the same time. Travel between planes gets wonky.
I thought
He
we
didn't
were
really
back...
take that much care. No. You guys traveled through time a little bit when he yoinked you back to your reality because he didn't care that much, and he's Oberon.
Okay.
Yeah, Oberon was the
so-
reason for the time travel.
So we go to the
Kind of.
Feywild. We talk to him, get him to teleport us back in time. Either way, if this works, Magir's uncle, do you have like enough support to where if we could stop them from summoning him, you could do anything about the cult of Baphomet? Or nah?
Miguel, did you forget to check the flux rune on that
You
one?
know, we were kind of excited for not having died. It was a possibility that there was something missed.
How
before
many
walking
times
in.
have I told you you have to check that rune? It contains the tunnel. It encases it so you can't fly out the side.
Well, looking back, there might have been a scratch through the line.
Again, I swear. Anyways, it usually does.
On the upside, we didn't atomize. We just went to a different plane of existence.
That's an upside because that was a possibility if that is in fact what happened. Yes.
So then, is that a no?
It's a idea.
No,
It's
is that
not-
a no?
I don't know how to get you to another plane of existence because if you try that route again, you might end up atomizing like he said.
No,
It's
what
a
I'm-
freak of nature.
what I'm
That's
asking
usually
is-
what happens.
What I'm asking is, if we were to go back in time 6 months, would you be able to stop the cult if they didn't have the sword? Would you and your supporters be able to stop them?
Delay, they would continue to walk towards getting the sword, and at this point, we can't really stop them. It would take us another 3 years to be able to possibly gain the advantage that we would need to be able to foil their plans. So if we could delay them that long, which I'm not confident on, maybe.
What if we could also, while we're doing this, kill Petrovich and maybe the High Priestess? Or Petrovich, I guess,
Possibly.
doesn't matter, right? Because he was just a pawn. So what if
Nice.
we could possibly kill the High Priestess?
If you could pull it off, that'd be fantastic.
Would that stop it, or
Also,
was that
Laura
just...
would just take a delay. Laura would take her place, and Laura's worse. Laura's so much worse.
What if Laura didn't have the hand
Like
of
he just
Vecna?
gets this.
And
Like
she
he
was-
has spaced out for a minute while you're talking, and it takes him a second to come back, and he shivers and goes, "She was worse before the hand. The hand might have mellowed her. Honestly, I think she's the same. She's so much worse than your mom, Kendrick. Like your mom causes pain for fun. Laura like takes it to a whole nother level. I'm not even sure it's fun she does it for anymore. Like I don't know what her deal is. It's creepy. She might eat souls. I don't know.
So let me ask the question this way. Is there any way I can think around us getting these weapons, or is this like a we have to go get the weapons?
As far as I know, this is the only way to do it right now.
I'm asking the DM. Is this just like a we're doing this?
This is the information you've gathered. If you would like to try and track down other avenues, you are more than welcome to, and we will run down that road as it happens together.
For now, I just say getting out of the city is the only real plan we should have right now.
Let's
And
do
getting
that.
out of the city is going to get harder by the hour. This place is very protected. The tunnels we're about to run down, less so. Kind of protected, not gonna hold out for super long.
Cool. So we've got a plan. Pass
Mhm.
on any information, and let's get moving.
What is the plan? We've talked
Here's
about
your
that.
list.
We're going
Here's your log.
to the seal outside the city.
So it's outside the city, and we gotta go find relics to forge into weapons.
So
to go
is
come
that the plan that we're choosing?
back. I mean, that's kind of the one that's been presented to us.
The
So
plan it's a plan that we have at least access to. The plan we are actively choosing is just getting the heck out of Dodge for today.
I think
To gain a second of breathing room.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think one way or another, teleporting to the opposite side of the continent is the best idea. From there, we can figure out what we're actually doing. I don't think there's any legitimate answer where we go release whatever's in the mountains.
I would love for you to go to release what's in the mountains.
I don't think because one, we'd have to fight all those monks, and I doubt we're doing that. So,
Oh yeah, the monks would not just let you waltz in there. They fought off Cannon Turtle.
Blastoise.
No, you can't say that on stream.
I
Nintendo's
sure
gonna
can.
come after us.
I sure can.
Trademark by Nintendo.
Greater value water cannon turtle.
Super Soaker Tortoise.
He's
We completely
Wastoise.
lose both Josh. Did we lose both Josh and Kristen?
No,
Oh, there's a
Kristen's
Kristen. Hi.
The chair
She's
is
like-
now Josh.
She's like flashing
That's
in and out
fair.
of like the little background thing because she's far.
I
enough
love
away.
the fact that only her head was peeking out of the background for a minute. It was amazing. All right. He's like, so, for an agreement of at least getting out of the city, that way. Oh, right. Hold on. Reaches over, activates a thing on his desk. Wall slides open. That way. Listen, you're going to follow this tunnel. This is specifically an escape tunnel for the city. My own design. Quite love it. Shortens distances a little bit. Should be quick. I need to start talking about my magic because you're in a hurry. That way, keep going straight. Don't take any of the branches. They lead to other hidey holes, which will be currently filling with civilians as we can safely get them down there and will not be a way out. Go. Run?
Running.
I'm going to take 6 seconds before we start running, and I'm going to burn a 4th level spell slot to cast Death Ward on myself.
You got it. You begin to run down this hallway. Flat out sprint, I take it?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. I'll burn another spell slot for Expeditious Retreat.
There are wards along this hall, not as strongly as in that first room, couple of rooms that you were in, and you see some of them begin to flicker as you run. This place will not continue to hold forever. As you run, a couple of times you pass under spots that have wood slats above, like the dirt has been hollowed out enough that it comes up to the floorboards of the space above you, and in almost every single one, blood is dripping down. It is an absolute slaughter above. Even muffled through the ground, you catch occasional snippets of screams. Carnage and desolation. You know, if you were to poke your head above the surface, is what you would find. This is a tragedy on a scale not known for millennia. Your city, this capital city, this holy city of Vatica, is falling.
We just lost Jason.
Yeah, he
lost
said he
Jason.
lost power.
Oh, okay.
We got extreme storms up here right now.
People that you've known, people who have lined the streets for your parades, who have cheered and thrown flowers with you returning with the instrument of their demise, are dying a most horrible death. Being eaten, consumed, ripped asunder, cowering in closets and under cabinets. The city burns. Eventually you come to the end of this tunnel, and as you come upwards and outwards, you are outside of the walls of Vatica, and as you turn to look, the horizon is filled with smoke. You see winged creatures flying high above, and there are mounts for you waiting. A single initiate of the Order of the Keepers greets you. It's about time you got here. I need to hide. I'm going back in that tunnel. There are your horses. Please go. Stop this from happening. Please.
Are they specifically our horses?
They're not, but they're horses in general. They're,
Oh, I
they're...
got eaten
Oh, yeah.
back
Oh.
in
Is
the
one of
zombie
them-
horde of the other.
Is one of them Josh's horse?
Give me a perception check.
Man.
No. Why'd you
Here,
perception check?
18! One of those horses look real familiar.
I have advantage.
Why
because I'm
why would you
standing
perception?
29!
As in
Kedron!
my warhorse, or this is That
You see
horse.
fingers poke out of the side of the mouth and wave. And back in.
Well, no, because your warhorse was my horse that you borrowed.
Yeah.
But why would we ever perception to see if it's his horse? Because, as like, it's just better to not know if it is.
That's half the point.
Yeah, but if we know, then we're not going to be surprised by it when it, just pops up out of nowhere and he makes us roll for being surprised. If we react.
So, Kedron, you see the fingers. McGear, you don't quite catch the fingers, but that looks familiar.
With the 18 on perception?
Yeah, he got a 29.
Oh, yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
That horse has a lot of the same coloration and markings as a particular horse of yours in the past. And by a lot of, I mean all of.
I mentally like kind of do the whole crap. And oh, there's my horse. I go get on my horse.
It turns its head and looks back at you and opens its mouth and it says in this exact voice, "Nay."
Good boy. Good horse.
Turns its head back forward. You all have been directed towards the great intersection. Do you go?
I
Yes.
guess.
Hi ho, silver away! You take off with the burning city of Vatican City behind you. Do you take the roads? Do you try to stick to the forests?
The burning desolation's all behind us for like what 95% or more, so we can just book it with the horses, can't we?
I mean, you do see some demons coming out of the city, but a lot of them seem pretty focused at the moment. There's some overflow and spillage, of course.
There's also the
The
fly.
reason I say that is like, are we far enough from town and between the land speed of horses just booking it? Would it matter if we're on the straight road to just get out of Dodge?
I mean, if flyers see you, it might matter. Like I said, there is some overflow of flyers.
But would a flyer have a land speed equal to or
You mean a flight speed?
yeah?
Some of them do.
What if we
Okay.
split the difference and stay near the roads, but like towards the edge of the woods? Kind of split the difference. Stay
Kind
like
of with
close
a
to
with a
each
bit
other.
of branch overhang.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to not be seen, but we want to get as quick as possible.
Kind of split the
Not
difference.
moving quite at full speed, but yes, you continue to move, taking a little extra precaution to not be seen. You do pass a few farms on the way, and many of those are aflame, or you see the bloody carcasses of animals and a few people strewn about. You catch glimpses of a few demons, but overall, you're mostly able to avoid them. The ones you do come across are some of the lower level ones, some imps, right? Quarter challenge rating. Which I imagine you deal with fairly quickly. Between thrusts of swords and casts of magic, you're able to deal with those fairly quickly as you continue on your hightailing journey out to this great seal. With this great devastation behind you, and as you look across the horizon, you see more slashes in reality. Vatican City is not the only city under attack. It is not the only portal. This is a blight spreading across the land. How fast remains to be seen.
I should have asked my uncle if we could just use our relics that we already had.
Are they super evil?
Never mind.
That's what I was specifically asking, if like my pike that was specifically forged to murder people would count, and it very much came across that murder's not bad enough of a thing to use.
Like, the first murder to ever happen on this plane of existence definitely works. Regular murder? Eh.
The thing that killed the Messiah. Son
Yeah,
of God.
right?
I want
That definitely gets it.
I
The
want
Wand of Oricus, 100%.
I want the entire cross as my weapon. Since I have a strength score of 29, I will wield the entire cross as my...
If you can find a bow staff made of the wood of the cross, I'll allow it. Anyways,
That'd
right. You
We
guys
have a reason to go see the monks.
you guys hightail it out of there with all of the emotions that come with witnessing an absolute slaughter of a city and knowing this is replaying across the land. Probably in your hometowns. And most of your families were in town for the parade and everything because, travel takes a while on horseback or walking, so you don't just turn around and immediately leave.
I wonder if my family got caught up in it.
Man, who'd have thunk?
My family's outside of
Wait,
Vatican. My
wait.
actual immediate family is leading the conspiracy group, so I'm sure it could be worse.
Yeah, and my family was the only person's family who was there was Alara's, possibly.
Yeah.
Ketrin's is dead.
Yeah.
Mine probably wasn't there. McGear's wasn't there.
We don't know where Modges is at right now because he was part of a traveling entertainment gospel singing troupe somewhere, tent revival crew. Anyways, not important, I'm sure. So with your very speedy retreat, basically running full tilt, your horses do gain a level of exhaustion, but you do make it to the crossroads pretty close to nightfall. And by this point, you can see behind you the cloud is beginning to spread. And by cloud, I mean the cloud of demons.
That's not worrisome at all.
But you're at the crossroads. You are on the Great Seal, this massive mosaic that takes up this giant, the largest intersection in the entire country of two main highways. And this oppressive feeling that's been over you ever since you were inside of Vatica, but has decreased as you've gone out. As soon as you step foot into that, it disappears. Here has not yet been taken by Baphomet. A highly holy and extremely blessed place miles from his point of origin. While they're extremely blessed and holy places within Vatica, they were so close to the epicenter that they were taken within minutes. This is far enough away that it has held out unto this point.
Was it like until we walked into it, we could feel it, and then it stopped once we walked into it?
Once you walk in, you feel this sense of relief. It had decreased, obviously, the further you got away from Baphomet, that feeling of oppression decreased. But as soon as you stepped into this, relief. Give me a religion check, specifically Obi. Obi, let's see your attunement to your faith currently. You're under a lot of stress, which is why I'm making it a check. It's not a super high one. You already you feel this peace
wasn't
in your
mine.
soul. You are.
That was McGear.
Sorry, I said specifically Obi. Sorry,
17.
I amended it to. Still good enough. You being a cleric, right? Not just an ordained minister, but one wholly devoted to ministry and service to the All-Father. As you step into this place, you feel the same relief as everyone else, but you feel the cracks at the edges. It will not hold. It will become corrupted as well. But for the moment, possibly the next few hours, maybe as long as a day, you're not sure, it will hold. Demons can still probably enter, maybe, you're not sure. But it is free of Baphomet's corruption at this point.
And is it just the seal, or does it feel like it can't go past where the seal is at?
The seal is where it's at, which the seal takes up the entire crossroads.
Right, but is it going around it, and it's just specifically the seal is fine?
Yes. Specifically, the seal itself is fine.
The seal is also the teleport that we're trying to use, correct?
Yes.
That's where you're trying to get to teleport out.
Okay. So you're here.
And how long?
You have the rock, and you were provided with a scroll of teleport, a magical hand grenade of teleport, basically.
Cool. So I go through all the preparations.
How far from the city center are we?
Typically, it takes 2 days travel. You got it in 1 day's travel because you sprinted. So 60 miles, roughly?
60 miles. McGear, you know
Yeah.
math, right? McGear knows math. I
What's
assume
up?
Yeah, your knows math.
you know things, right? How
Yeah.
I assume somebody in Vatica at some point has figured out how far from Vatica to where we're going is it? To this continent.
A lot.
As the crow flies, it is a distance that the DM is aware of, and my character would be at least somewhat knowledgeable of, but not concerned about.
Couple 100 miles. It's a continent, right? This looks to be roughly the size of Europe. So you're going from. Hold on,
600.
Jacob. If you want to sit there and count it, that's fine.
Yeah, you have an actual thing at the bottom.
Yeah,
Six-
please
You're
count that.
going from Kansas City, or correction, you're going from St. Louis to Branson.
No,
That's 400 miles.
you're going so
You're-
much further.
You're going like
That is like a
Maine
4-hour
to-
drive, which is
You're going across the
Three-
con. No. He's talking
2,000
these.
300
2,000
miles.
To
No, no.
the,
That's not what that is.
Josh,
to the nearest.
you are going from. He's talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong. Vatica
from Vatica City
to
Center
that other continent. Not that other continent. To that other country that you're trying to get to.
to
To
Greater
the
Value,
nearest
China.
edge, it's somewhere around 2,500 miles.
2,500 miles.
This
And
sounds about right.
We've gone 60, and how long did it take us?
A day's travel.
It took us a
And
day's
that is
travel.
with exhausting the
So
horses.
8 hours.
Yeah. That was a day's travel sprinting on the horses.
So it took us like
It's about 8
hours.
hours. Yeah.
Okay,
roughly.
so I know my character does not have like math, but in my brain, if it took 8 hours for per se the corruption to travel 60 miles, and I assume the portals are only showing up in the corrupted area.
No. The portals are way off in this. This is Baphomet himself, like turning this into his domain corruption. This is Baphomet semi-localized. This is my domain grab, not the portals you see barely on the horizon shooting up hundreds of feet into the air.
Okay.
That's something entirely different.
All right. Well, basic kind of out of character math.
41-ish days to reach
Yes.
to the nearest edge.
41 days till the planet is screwed or the continent is screwed and we lose.
I would okay, sure.
Minus
If
like
it's
the getting
going at the-
murdered.
if-
Minus the getting murdered by the demons. Like until the entire planet continent would
It
be.
also has the potential to slow down the further it gets because it
Listen,
it requires
if
me.
it's going
I-
at a
again,
consistent rate.
I
But
would
we
like to
don't know
point
that.
out a couple of facts that I laid out previously. One, the oppression that you're feeling is specifically from Baphomet activating stuff and things, specifically his land grab. Two, you saw when this first started happening other portals opening up off in the distance before he did that.
Right, but I'm specifically talking about his land grab, which I assume he wants
Oh, yeah.
everything. So we have like 41 days till he would own everything if it travels at the
That's
same
assuming
speed it currently
it travels
is.
at the same rate continuously.
I'm not talking about the murder demons coming out of the space holes. Like, that obviously is happening wherever it's happening. So, in my crappy version of math that is 100% headcanon, we have 41 days to fix the problem.
I love your optimism. So you're here. You are in the place you have been told to go to activate this thing. What y'all doing?
And McGear specifically stated he was prepping the spell while I was doing stupid math. So I assume
Correct.
by this point McGear is ready to teleport us to Greater Value
Taking
China.
all of our stuff off the horses and sending off the horses because we know we can only take so many bodies.
Let's see. How many bodies can you take with teleport? Let's double check here.
We should
Uh,
send... These are trained horses, right?
8. 8 willing creatures.
These are trained horses, right?
Yeah, you'd assume.
We should send them all back to help out your uncle in case he needs more horses. So we should send all the horses away and we can travel by foot once we get to Greater Value China.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I already got 5.
We wouldn't have enough
And then if
horses
you
to begin
count
with, and they're exhausted.
Skunk, that's 6.
We wouldn't have enough horses. We should just send them back
Do
to...
you still have your pig, don't you?
No.
This pig's gone. Yeah, I was just
My
asking 'cause, like, we
pig
can't take all the
is
horses.
in Falentinsi or wherever it was.
The city right outside of Attica.
Outside of like the Vatican border.
Yeah. Okay.
I think. I honestly don't remember where I left it.
While you're sitting there talking numbers, the horse stands up on its hind legs, takes its hooves off like gloves to reveal fingers, scratches its face while staring Hedron directly in the eye, puts its hooves back on, and goes back onto all fours.
Well, good thing I already knew it was.
Right?
As I was
Still
saying,
disturbing.
as I was saying, we should send all the horses back to help your uncle out, and we should just teleport there. We can walk while we're there.
I was just gonna like take all the stuff off the horses and just like start sending them off because we can't take them. Like we can't. If we try to send them back to the city, they're not gonna go to the city. There's
They can go that
a
way.
demon horde that will run away. But just gonna. Yeah. Plus, if there's anything around, loud horses getting away from here might distract them and draw them away as we're doing this ritual.
As you turn your back from grabbing stuff off of the horses, you feel a pair of lips come right up next to your ear, and it whispers,
You
You
cut
were
out
too quiet, it
so
didn't go
hard.
through.
it whispers, "I will never leave you." And then starts munching grass.
It's not. Why does it seem so attached to me? I'm not.
You're the one who said you started getting stuff off the horses. No one else is messing with the horses right now. Just you. You were the closest person.
All right.
Is Goose there?
Oh yeah, Goose is there.
I am ready to leave. We should not take the horses. Goose makes 6, 7. We don't have room to take any of the horses.
As I'm going, I actually latch all the horses together. That way, just like slowly tie them so I can kind of hold on to them while we're doing this, and then send them all like start slapping and send them off all hooked together.
It's slap the first one. It takes off. It jerks all the rest. They all start taking off.
Did you just slap the butt of Magir's horse? It might have liked that.
Maybe.
And it goes, "Nay, daddy." No, that's not what happens. That's not canon.
No, that you said
Anyways,
it.
the
You said it.
horses
That's a
take
thing.
off. Nope, that was a joke. The horses take off.
No takesy backsies.
Takes these backsies.
Nope.
DM retcon. You know what? The next cool thing that happens to Father Ironcloak, immediate retcon.
It's okay. Father Ironcloak never gets to do cool things.
You saved the body. I feel like that was pretty clutch to Kedron's mental well-being.
I mean, to be fair, Kedron's mental well-being is not great anyway.
Yeah, but you know he has the hope of you might be able to bring his dad back later.
Kedron is currently a vegetable. I don't know how much I helped his well-being.
He's not a complete vegetable.
He said a few things. Some of them may have been a little bit unhinged, but he said some
Anyways.
things.
All right, so we're
Anyways.
teleporting.
Yes, you are teleporting. As you step through this teleport, the smell of brimstone on your nostrils. You step out into a city like Renaissance London. People walking about in high-laced collars and umbrellas. Hustle and bustle, horses and carriages. Someone comes up to you, comes almost running at you, goes, "Hey, really? Really? Teleport right here, will you? I ought to know if you're good, I say. Use the teleport lanes next time, eh?
My apologies, sir.
Yeah, your apologies. You go pay to find a carpet here, I tell you what. Lucky you ain't no coppers.
Have him. He's gonna roll a perception check. Have him roll to see if he notices the knife that's like right by his gut when he starts going off.
Gonna be an advantage for this guy. The knife comes out. Hold on. Yeah, the knife comes out, and you're holding it in his gut, and he goes, "All right, pretty boy, good try. Check again." You look down. He's got a knife pointed right at your groin.
I like this guy.
Guando
My
to
There
apologies.
is
like
zero flinch right now. I'm still in like war mode a little bit and still very shell shocked.
I'm
How about we call it even? He apologized. I'll take it. You pull the knife. I got a knife. We leave it alone.
I appreciate your understanding.
It's my man.
I'm so sorry. It's just a bit of an emergency. We'll be gone as fast as you saw us.
I like her. Seems to mind her business and likes to be gone from my sight. I have a date to get to with a bottle. I'd like to get moving.
By all means.
He still has a knife pointed at him, and he's still pointing a knife at Kedron, and they're staring at each other at the moment.
Kedron, let the good man go. Kedron.
You
Can
can't
I
do
roll
thank you in the future.
persuasion?
I'm gonna like walk over, gently push the knife down, and then push Kedron back.
Kedron, do you resist?
Not like strongly.
And then
Aye.
remove him, back away. Sorry, we just left a very stressful situation.
Yeah.
A little on it.
Okay. Bye. Knife's gone, and he walks away. Yeah, he rolled a nat 20 on his get the knife back at you check. I didn't really have a modifier for that, or a real check for that. It was just a die roll to see what happened, but it was a nat 20, so... as you look around at this bustling city, you see, after a few
So wait,
moments...
he saw my invisible knife? That was what it was for, to see if he noticed the invisible knife.
Oh! Okay, invisible knife. Got it.
That's the only
in
like
which
knife
case-
I really carry.
I forgot. In which case he felt it. We'll say kind of poke up against him. He probably knows what an invisible knife is. Listen, it
See
wasn't
him.
that invisible knife. All right, it wasn't that hidden knife. So he had a
Anyways.
pretty good idea. Anyways, as you guys kind of stare around yourselves in this city, a few steampunk elements do stand out. You do see a couple of guardsmen walking down the lane with long tubes at their shoulders, but no spears. Metal breastplates, plumes on their hats. Long, thin swords at their waist. As you begin to look around the city, congratulations, you're in the capital city. Which I need to remember the name of. I need to zoom in. Zoom. Enhance. Enhance.
Do we
Of
know where we're supposed to be going in relation to the capital city?
I mean, it's a royal museum, and the rock is supposed to be from the city that this thing presides in.
I'm gonna stop the next person who walks by. Excuse me, can you point us to? Are we in like a rich part of town or like
Not really.
not really? All right, I'm gonna pull out to your standard like, can you point me in the proper direction? Bribe. I assume that's like 2 to 5 copper coins, right?
Or we could stop by the
Depends.
nearest tavern and just get a map of the place.
We
Like, if you're
have
going
that.
for a street urchin, yeah, you could do like 2 copper probably.
I'm going for a whoever's like the sure a street urchin to point us.
Street
towards
urchins
music.
are always present.
Sure.
Ah, yeah. You looking for the museum? Yes. You're gonna go up that way. You're gonna walk about a mile that way. Take a right onto Sainsbury Street. You're gonna walk about another mile that way, and take a left. You'll be in a rich part of town. See a big building, white marble roof. That'll be the one.
Awesome. Thank you. 5 copper coins.
Oh, by the way, great place to buy a bit of food, drink, and a room that won't stab you in the throat. And he gives you directions because you gave him way more copper than he was expecting. Gave him half a silver. Likes you to a particular tavern. that
Look
he
down at him. Salazar's.
Kind of looks at his hand, looks at you, looks at his hand. Yeah, that's fair. Same tavern. You read some broom closet door? I don't know, weird like that. Never. I went in once. His owl was creepy. Bye.
I'm just imagining a random street urchin walking into Salazar's, looking around,
Oh,
going,
We
nope.
we just showed up, walked up to the street urchin, handed him like $200, and we're like, "Hey, can you point us to the museum?"
No, 5 copper is because like a copper is like $1. You handed him like $5,
I thought like
but he's a street urchin.
I thought a copper was
That
like
is enough to feed him for a week if he
the
spends it well.
standard wage.
No, it's like 5 silver.
Copper's
Okay.
like your smallest coin. So
Right.
Yeah,
I
you
know,
goes copper and then 10 silver. 10 copper equals a silver. 10 silver equals a gold, and like 100 gold equal a platinum, or is it 10 again? I forget. I don't know. I think it's 10
whatever.
again. I think it's 10, 10, 10 all the way up.
10.
So either way, for a street urchin, just to give directions, fantastic money. That will feed him for a while, because like 1920, like 1980s $5, not 2024 $5.
Okay, so it's like $5.50.
Back when you could get a stick of gum for a
Like a
penny.
nickel. Yeah, a stick for a penny, you know, a pack for a nickel. Yeah. It's pretty good money. So y'all head to that tavern?
Yes.
It is pretty late in the evening, even here, with the time change and stuff. It's a little earlier in the afternoon, around dinner time.
Yeah, because we had eaten dinner, passed out, got not ganked,
What
prevented a
early in the
fire,
morning?
watched hell break loose, had a long discussion with my uncle, escaped town, rode through what, most of the night?
So
Yeah, it was pretty close
we
to pretty late at night.
we
out there.
weren't eating dinner. We in the morning went and did the parade, and then we were having fancy people feast at his mom's house after the parade, or after at his parents'
No,
house.
no, no.
after the parade.
So you guys did all of that. The next day, you went to his parents' house for a like early dinner, and then got zoinked and fought and all of that. So,
we,
that
like,
was in the
so
evening.
we rode through the night then.
Yeah, y'all run through the night. Y'all are tired.
Which
In fact,
means
give
that,
me con saves against exhaustion.
which means
Thanks for
that
reminding me.
realistically it should be like
Yeah, then we're going.
Oh yeah,
to
it's
sleep.
actually pretty late at night. Yeah, now that my time's lined back up, no, traveling this way, you travel forward in time a little bit. Migir, you feel fine. You're very stimulated. Iron Cloak, 2 levels of exhaustion. You take Migir's extra level of
Well,
exhaustion.
yeah.
Sorry.
He has my helps as
Yeah, we're
well.
all-
So he has another
He
5.
does, but that's a natural 1.
Yeah, I mean, sure, yeah.
So it's traveling forward in time. It's actually late, like kind of early morning. By the time you get there, late morning, because you guys would have got to the thing early morning there. So like late morning. You come rolling up to the tavern, not super packed. It's a tavern in late morning. Everyone's already off to work and stuff. Everybody
like,
with 10 is fine.
consistently, like anytime we do constitution checks for exhaustion, McGear rolls nat 20s.
Right. Except when he doesn't in the desert.
No, this is what happened in the desert. Everyone got a level of exhaustion, and McGear just kept running just fine.
And
Anyways.
anytime we roll for who loses a body part, McGear just absolutely fumbles
Fails.
the bag.
Yeah.
Right. So you come rolling up to this tavern late morning. There's still some food available. Drinks, rooms for all inclusive for the day. Like 6 coppers we'll call it an even silver. That'll get you your night's sleep, all of the rest of your meals for the day, drinks, whatever. A silver a person. Not a super like fancy place. And speaking of Kedron, urchins wandering into Salazar's, you have seen urchins in there before. Actually, almost every time you've been in there. It just goes without saying because they're usually sitting in a corner somewhere, eating a bowl of soup and a bit of bread. They were never obtrusive. They never talked to you or tried to bother you. Usually there's 1 or 2 sitting in a corner somewhere eating some food. Salazar has a soft spot for orphans and urchins. Don't worry about it. So no, that makes sense. So you go to this tavern. and you have the rest of the day to rest, recover, sleep. What are y'all doing?
Going into Salazar's.
You open the door to Salazar's. He goes, "Oh, good, a part of the world that hasn't been invaded. By the way, demon invasion. Oh, you.
Oh, you.
So,
You're
how's
from
your
Vatica, right? The last time
Neutra-
I saw you, you were over that
Yeah.
region. So you know what happened over there.
We saw it happen.
So
We
what
were there.
exactly? What exactly? From what I understand, it's spreading from Vatica very
how's
quickly.
your
We've
neutrality
explained
work?
to you what our quest is, sort of, with the sword, correct?
Vaguely.
It was reforged in profane manners by the cult of Baphomet, and they have essentially opened up an abyssal plane gate, which is spreading across the continent.
Tracks with what I've seen. Sorry, my neutrality. What about it?
How far does your neutrality extend when the world is being consumed?
I mean, I'm doing what I can. There's only so much I can do. We each have our own parts to play. I can offer some assistance, but I still can't transport you between destinations using my network. That is contract magic.
Can you tell us where to find some items that we have on a list?
Now that I may be able to help with. I am, after all, Salazar's Acquisitions Incorporated. Or Acquisition Solutions.
Cool. These would rank
Acquiring
really
rare items.
high on your hard to acquire list.
Could you
And
tell me why it would rank really high on my list
because they would
compared to
be
all
either
of the other?
they would be already contained by uh, interested parties or sealed away
Mm.
again by interested parties, such as, and I produce a spare list of the artifacts.
Now, love to help. Absolutely would. Question: why does this take priority over all of the other extremely high priority requests I have for a lot of anti-demon things coming in right now to fight the demon invasion?
We can use them
Because
to
not
stop
only does
it.
this allow us to fight the demon invasion, it also allows us to highly potentially close the portal so that the invasion completely stops.
From what I understand, not Orcus, Baphomet is using a profaned holy item to channel the energies. To counter it, from what we've been
He's
told,
the one.
we are to use
But
purified
what?
profane items.
That is a theory. It might work even. I figured it was a demon lord channeling it. You know, it's Baphomet is useful, thank you. I will see what I can do. You're not the only group that I'm supporting in this manner. Multiple groups have come to me with potential ways to end this threat, and at this point, I cannot say that any one has more merit than the other, but I will do what I can. I am somewhat limited by the pacts I have signed with those who control the spaces that I place my doors. But I'll see what I can do. I'll take that list. Please check back with me tomorrow. I'll see what I can find.
We appreciate your help.
Of course. Now, as you can see, I need to restock. My shelves have been wiped bare by the regions taken by this plague as it spreads rapidly. Is there anything
Regions
else?
taken?
Purchase, acquired. He's not got
Invaded. Yeah, his shelves are pretty bare. He has been pretty well bought out at the moment. And realizing the value of the items that typically line his shelves, you realize either some like a handful of really rich people came through, or a lot of people came through, and this is spreading really fast.
Could you possibly get us in contact with someone to discuss this item here in the city?
Which city did you all come from?
What was the name of the city?
The capital of the one place.
Maori. Moury.
Mare.
Is that? Where is that? That's the best Berlestabian Empire. That one.
Yes.
Mhm.
Our information says it's currently in the containment of the local museum.
Have fun with that. I'll see what I can do. Again, I'll see what I can do between here and tomorrow when you come back.
Appreciate your time, Salazar. Till then.
Absolutely.
Time to go nap.
Yeah, we all need to go crash.
You all go crash out. You all fall asleep. Exhaustion overtaking you, the pure stress of the days.
Do I?
Yes, because the pure stress and overwhelming of the day, your brain just shuts down. It takes a moment to flip that off switch because it really needs to shut down right now. Just roll with me on it, please.
Yeah, Mangir doesn't have this problem. He just goes out.
Listen, Jacob, I normally don't say anything about roleplay choices. Just roll with me on this one, please. I feel like coming from a DM who usually says, absolutely, roleplay choice, make it,
All right.
when he says, please roll with me,
If you give me a second to run and grab a beer real quick.
make it very fast, because
No,
I'm
we
rolling
have
quick, because I want to go to sleep.
15 minutes. And I ran
Right.
out of
So
I ran
anyways.
out of alcohol an hour ago.
What?
You all fall asleep. Drifting into a sleep. Do I have that map still? Oh gosh, I hope I have that map still. Is that the map? That's not the map.
Anyway.
It's the map. It's the map.
It's the map. It's the map. It's the map.
Hey. Hey.
You all
No.
find yourselves in a white room
Ugh.
with a whiteboard at a table. And up at the very top of the table, sitting in the head seat, turns a creature that, while you may not recognize in form, you definitely recognize by voice.
Or
Hey,
Do we have
how's
our
it
weapons
going,
on
guys?
I assume not, right?
My weapon?
Do you start reaching for weapons?
hello,
I
Orthodox.
actually don't.
Hey, Kedron. Hey, McGear. I can see you're a little tense. Oh, oops. I need to get rid of Thule and put other dude on this.
We went back in time before Thule died.
Okay, Thule's not there, and because Jason is not here, Orthax doesn't remember to bring in the new guy. Masha doesn't get added to this conversation right now. So, y'all
How's
did an
your-
oopsie poopsie.
How's your involvement in what happened treating you?
Fine, I'm removed enough that it's it's fine. It's fine.
Are you really?
I'm great. I'm
Okay.
so great.
Continue.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? You've been invited to a meeting here in hell. The 9th level of hell. Specifically. This is a dream. You can stop reaching for your Guandao that doesn't exist here. It's a dream. You can't hurt me. Please stop. With a very high-ranking individual. Asmodeus wants to say hi.
And has he told you a reason as to why? Because
Everyone give me religion checks.
No, we don't want to do it. I am anti this. I'm putting it out here right now. I am 100% anti ever saying yes to this deal.
We're not making.
No, it's not a
deal.
deal. It's a offer.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't want to do it.
This really isn't a higher religion check, so most people are getting it so far. Is that everybody? I got
None of Ilara.
McGear, Ilara, Ironcloak,
Oh, only 11.
Hedron. 11 still good enough. 10's your baseline, my dude. Asmodeus. Or Asmodeus, depending on how you pronounce it. A little conflicted there. The King of Hell. The Nine Hells.
Mhm.
The head honcho. If the Hells were a business, he'd be the CEO.
The Hells are a business. He is the CEO.
So Crowley.
No, this is
Probably post Ascension, yes.
Yeah.
He wants a meeting.
okay. Again, why?
So you remember how when we first met, I said, "Hey guys, we're all on the same side here." If you think about it, against the demons,
Yes.
that wasn't a lie. That was the truth. We don't like them, and everything we've done so far has been to keep them contained, because if they're not contained, then we're getting attacked from two sides, and then we die. We want to consume stuff and like have our fun and things. We can't do that with the demons running around. Enemy of my enemy. Really, we're on the same side, right? We take the evil people that you guys don't want anyway, and you obviously don't want in heaven because they do horrible things. We turn them into more of us. We send them to fight the demons. It keeps the material plane safe. We're on the same side.
Okay.
And what's to convince us to come?
And how would we even get there?
Oh, that's easy. I can open a portal for you.
And why
Um,
can't we just have one of these meetings?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I'm not that high up. I'm like mid-level management at best. The
That's
fact
fair.
that I got a memo from Asmodeus saying he wants me to contact you to set up a meeting scared the bejesus out of me.
So let me
I don't
guess.
know why he knows my name.
Once
How does he know our name?
Once again, we
idea.
are your big break.
I wish Asmodeus didn't know my name. More like my big terrifying moment that I am really afraid is gonna end me for all of eternity. Not my big break. I really wish this wasn't happening on all fronts.
So how's that Article 15 treat you?
What are you talking about?
That was
Anyways.
not in character. That was a joke.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, no idea why he doesn't have a dream meeting. Couldn't tell you. I don't know. He didn't tell me. He said that he wanted me to contact you, to extend the invitation. He gave me the ability to invite you here, which would open a portal to some weird stuff with like going back and forth between our realms, but it's easier than it is from the abyss, and we can do it. With, and this is a first for me, 100% guarantee safe passage with no harassment or molestation or any offer or temptations between the entry door, his office door, and back. That's insane. I've never seen that before in my life.
So we're guaranteed to return to our plane.
Again, barring any deals you make inside of his office, I have no idea what he wants. But yes, like, no one's allowed to touch you. I'm the only one allowed to talk to you while you're in hell. It's weird.
And we'll make it back to our plane of existence alive at the same place we leave it from. No, no, like funny tricks.
The same time we left
Yeah.
it from, approximately.
With everything we leave it with, in the same.
I mean, like, there are clauses in there for anything that you offer or like leave intentionally, obviously. But yes, essentially, yeah. Like if you go and like you take a little bauble or whatever off of your belt and you put it on the table and you're like, I'm leaving that there, it's gonna stay there. But yes, like you're not getting robbed or taken or anything. Literally, me and Asmodeus, only two allowed to talk to you. I don't know why. Well, I know why that, but I don't know what's being offered.
And you're not trying to trick us or cheat us in any way?
No. It's the weirdest thing I've ever done.
Can we insight him?
Oh, please do.
Funny foul.
When does
He seems
bark
shooting
at me?
straight.
Um,
Stat.
I bet.
Like yesterday, if possible. Clearly not possible.
Well, since we don't have a lot of running options right now, maybe we should hear him out.
Let's do it.
I'm trying to think of how like our priest homeschooled goody two shoe characters would handle
It does.
freely talking to the king of hell.
Okay, but literally our entire religion.
My
Yeah.
mom just summoned in
Yeah.
Baphomet after like mutilating my dad.
That doesn't change the
Up
you.
in the
You're
air for me right
traumatized. It doesn't change what you grew up and your entire core being understands as right and wrong.
We just found out our
Okay.
entire church is
I
corrupt.
am going
No,
to
no,
just point
a
out
sect,
with
a sect of our entire church.
with everything
know
we've
that?
seen in our entire time playing this campaign, I no longer think we have any sort of moral high ground, and none of us, other than lying to ourselves, are under the impression that Vatica is anything but corrupt.
And McGear is the last person that should be asking that question.
Maybe
This
he'll learn from his
is-
past mistakes.
This is me as a player reminding us this is a consideration when you role play.
As far as Alara goes, she has a whole lot more ties to this group than to anything else at this point because everything she had faith in is gone.
You haven't picked up
I-
hints. Kedron might be at least temporarily going off the rails a little bit right now. Not sure if you picked that up.
And I
well,
I'm just
your
going to
class is not super tied to that stuff anyways.
What is this in my flaws? Most people scream and run when they see a demon. I stop and take notes on its anatomy. I get an opportunity to see the king of hell that no one else would ever have the opportunity to doing. Oh yeah, this is great. I'm so excited.
Then why are you against doing it?
So you're coming then?
I'm down. Like
I see no reason why not.
Yes,
with everything that's
we are
gone on,
coming.
like the least we can do is hear him out.
I agree. Please show up. I don't
don't-
want to tell him you said no because I'm terrified of what he'll do.
Oh, I want to see what he'll do to you. If I could kill you right now, I would.
What did I ever do to you? I gave you the name of a serial killer who was about to murder a lot of people and was the channel for a child of Baphomet. By the way, you had his Bible. Did you read that at all? No. There's always weird magic on it. Makes sense.
How about you pinned a contract that ended up in the hand of the archpriest of Baphomet?
Listen, I traded that thing to another devil. I don't know how it got there. That's not on me. I sold it, and after that,
Yeah, that was
Let's-
months
out of my
ago.
hands.
Let's put a pin in that discussion,
I agree. Let's not bring it back up again.
and let's go meet your boss or your boss's
Cool.
boss.
I'll
Your-
send
your
somebody.
grand boss.
when you-
Oh.
Yeah, we'll go with that. High Lord Asmodeus of the Nine Hells.
Nah.
I'll send a courier in the morning to pick you guys up. Good night. One last thing. Sorry, go ahead.
Is that where we're cutting off? Is what I was gonna say.
One last thing, so I don't forget for next week. This is somewhat important. You all begin to wake up the next morning and go about your morning routines, and finally, after the absolute chaos of a day you had before, there's a quiet moment. And in that quiet moment, you begin thinking back on your day. Magir, 13 chains. The 13th chain shall break. Did you read any of the Bible of Baphomet when you had it? Because I know there was like weird mind control magic on it.
Mm,
I don't think you risked it, right? Like you just went nope, and kind of locked it away and handed it off when you got back to Vatica.
we did that with Loth, but I feel like
No, didn't.
that's when we started questioning stuff, and the magic had already been used from it being read, and so like I had like
Okay.
attempted to
I
skim it,
trust you, Steve.
but the knowledge thing said I needed to eat it instead.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, that's right.
instead
You
of
got
getting
part
like,
of the way through it.
yeah, so I got the glance at it, and then the
Okay, I'll
broker
give you
said,
advantage on this check. You're the only person who understood Baphomet's words when he spoke about the 13th chain breaking.
So
okay,
technically speaking, he did intake the entire book.
well, so like I glanced through it,
Yeah,
but I was
I'll
pretty
give you
much
advantage
told
for that.
the knowledge was not mine to have,
Yeah.
and I was supposed to eat the book.
I'll give you advantage for that because you might have happened to flip it open to a page that referenced this. So we'll give you advantage on this check. Give me a religion check at advantage because you did open the book and skim through it a little bit before you were told to eat it.
Oh, that's pretty snazzy.
It's 19 on the die with a roll of 27. 13 chains. 13 chains. A 13th chain shall break. Satan. The binding of Satan of 13 chains and cast into the abyss. It's one passage in the holy book of the All-Father talking about the downfall of Satan and his demons. He was bound with 13 chains and cast into the abyss. And another passage in that book's version of Revelations about the shattering of the 13 chains shall signify the end. 13 chains. And with a 27, you remember something about the 13th chain in the Bible of Baphomet, but without a natural 20, you can't quite place it.
Oh man, that's dang, it's like right there.
It is. It is, but that was a natural 20 to get that particular piece of information, sorry. Especially with you eating the thing before you really got to read it. 13 chains definitely refers to the binding of the demon. The casting into the abyss. And the shattering thereof definitely refers to the apocalypse. But you can't place anything beyond that. What these 13 chains are they symbolic? Is it a time thing? Are they literally 13 chains? But Baphomet said, and so shall the 13th chain be broken. And with that is where we will end tonight's session. I hope to see you all next week as we begin this journey again to see what depths of depravity and desperation our party falls to in the next one. With a demon invasion spreading across the land, lots of family drama, a meeting with the king of the nine hells, trying to rob a real museum, perhaps? A reforging of those weapons most profane? Also, the creation or purchase of 55 gallons of holy water per item. Have fun with that. Should be fun. And until then, Deus Vault.